3 years, these guys have done 17,000 scans and have saved almost 400 lives. Doesn't shock me at all. The information you get from this scan from Life Imaging FLA is a game changer. As you look for that zero calcium score, they can find all kinds of issues that could sneak up on you later in life. Get this scan. It only takes a few minutes. There are no injections, no dyes. You don't have to take your clothes off. And when you consider that 1 of 3 people die of heart disease, this is a must. Guys, get this free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. It's a $699 value, just a few minimum requirements. And making your appointment could not be easier. And when you schedule your appointment, make sure to ask about their cancer screening. Early detection does save lives. Here's how you make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Then make that appointment and take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Brought to you by Fairwinds Credit Union. Up for grabs is the ultimate backyard from Orlando Backyard Living. Win a roof from Eustace Roofing, solar from Solar Source, a cooling system from Mills Air, or a whole house filtration system from Pure Touch Water Filters. Get more details and enter all 5 of these contests at realradio.fm/contests.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. There's still time. Come to Mattress Firm. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage. NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hey guys, it's Angel from the Monsters. You know I love cooking on my Big Green Egg. And every time I get asked why, I tell you it's because it's an awesome experience, it's impressive, and everything comes out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go visit my friends at Watsy's Meat Market and get yourself a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up where they'll teach you the basic to advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg. Follow them on their social medias. Also, check out the website, WassysMeatMarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, May 30th, 2025. Live
lots to get to today. From today is his last day to the absolute drama of the spelling bee finale. And 11 wild parenting rules starts a massive fight on the internet. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
God, what the hell happened?
We just dust this off. I want to be sure. I don't want to make any mistakes here. Yeah. No.
So dusty.
Wow. Now this is it. It's a last-minute message from that AI kangaroo holding his boarding pass. Let's see what he says.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We did it, everybody! Yeah. We made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. Congratulations.
I'm
really,
so proud of
truly.
us.
I said Monday. We didn't really make it through.
I knew that you would say Monday just because it's ingrained in you. It's programmed in you.
I mean, I did make it through a Monday. I did it, like, it wasn't a show on a Monday or anything. But,
no deaths?
Yeah. I mean, as far as I can tell, everybody seems to be okay. Well, I mean, somebody's last day today. We'll find out what's going on with that here shortly on the show. But how's everybody doing on a Friday?
Good, ready to Friday. How about y'all?
Yeah, hanging in there.
I'm good.
Celine, have you been drinking already?
No. Well, I mean, except for a couple sips of beer.
I just took a sip of the leftover beer.
Okay, so both of you are drinking already on a Friday.
Hefeweiser?
Hefeweiser?
Hefeweizen.
I'll tell you, I've never seen his BH clench so quickly as when I asked that question. I was simply
I didn't understand.
I'm sorry, is there a BH cam that I'm not aware of?
He goes, I'm sorry, what? I mean, I'm not suggesting that you're smuggling in alcohol.
There's something about me that exudes I have already been drinking.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, all right.
Have you been drinking?
I don't know that that's any of your business.
Why did your BH clench?
We don't even know whose last day it is.
BH cam?
I'm not. If I told you, it would ruin the entire BH cam. It would just completely smash everything. No, can't do it.
He's already tired of Skull Mike. He's moved over to the BH cam.
It's still a skull, but it's darker.
You're like, you want to get really close to us? We want a fully parasocial relationship. Introducing the BH cam. This is how you get. Oh, God. All right, here we go.
Bleach Friday.
Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and let's get our BHs ready for the opening clip today. Here goes nothing. Let's see what's happening out there. We go to an airplane, everybody.
Yay.
Name that airline. Just by looking at it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Delta.
Go. Delta is her guess. What about yours?
United.
3, 2, 1.
Delta versus United. Who is going to win to the winner all of the spoils? It's a Delta flight.
Yeah.
It's a Delta flight. That's right.
I know my screens.
Yep. It is a Delta flight that we're looking at here. And these passengers were delayed. They're just sitting there hanging out on the tarmac. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I would rather the plane crash than this. I would rather.
That's.
Yeah, I know.
It's a
I know
big
it seems.
statement, and I don't know what this is, so I'm not sure if I'm going to agree with you or not.
Well, help the people out. What can you see? What can you take from this?
There's a little girl that looks like she's about to sing on the intercom.
I know
all right.
exactly what clip this is, and I'm on your side.
I gotta say, I hate flying. I'm scared of flying. I'd rather go just nose first into the ground than have this be my thing. And then they look around and you got to go, oh, yay!
Yeah. See, I saw, is this point of view? Because I saw the woman, like the camera was facing her.
Okay.
And I thought for a second, oh, this must be a bit. It's sound from something else. So this actually happened.
Yeah, this is real. Yeah, this is real. Yeah, it's been viewed 14 million times on TikTok.
Noted.
C-Lane isn't on TikTok, so he sees none of this stuff, which is great for the beginning of the show.
You're on TikTok.
I'm technically on TikTok. I just don't open it.
He's on Dad Talk. He doesn't watch any of the fun stuff going around.
Buddy.
But this is what happened on this Delta flight. Here we go, everybody.
No matter how hard I try, every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I love.
Okay, I gotta.
You know how they don't want you to bring guns and like large amounts of liquids onto a plane?
Mm-hmm.
I think this should be added to the TSA list.
4 words.
No singing.
Stop encouraging your kids. Okay? Stop it. This child is a product of parents who go, your voice is so beautiful. You sound
But
just
how
like
did
Moana.
they convince?
And then mom goes on and mom's like, you got to hear this. Her voice, she sounds just like Moana. She'll entertain the plane while we're on delay. Let's do this. Let's go. And then they go, of course we're going to do this. Because the flight is delayed for 2 hours and we're circling Orlando. There's nothing we can do.
So get the girl with the neon green skirt on to sing that crap?
Yeah, let's bring Disney to the plane. No, bring the nose down, okay? What's the opposite of let's roll? Let's roll backwards.
Well, technically,
let's rock.
Technically, let's roll ended in...
Let's roll, but same meaning, different intention. Okay, all right.
Oh, I just realized what quote that was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Anybody else? Okay. It might be this girl's last day, or it would have been if I was in charge. Because I know clickbait title today, but might have been this girl's last day because she's going to sing Moana. Her parents have encouraged her to do this. I know it. Her parents have said your voice is so beautiful.
Make every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I love to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows.
And can I be the one to say?
You will.
God, she might be around here or be listening or something.
I think they were headed out of Orlando.
You are probably a great young child ready to take on the world, and I am so excited for you. And I want you to keep all of the confidence that you have inside of you right now for all of eternity. But this is the most mid-Disney singing I have ever heard in my entire life.
She's not putting a lot of emotion into it. She's just staring straight at the phone. I don't know if she's nervous to plain sing.
Maybe. I would be, especially by that mid voice.
Why is she plain singing?
Why? Well, why? Like, this is, you think you're making things better on the plane? They go, well, folks, anybody got any crazy abilities we can, like, we're doing wacky, you can't do that on television style things. And we got talent searches going on the plane. Everybody is just sitting there wanting to be on the ground. And this is what we get.
There it goes.
You know what I want right now? You know what I want?
I know what you
worse
need.
than anything?
I know what you need right now.
Sounds like alcohol, like C-Lane and I.
You know what I want worse than anything right now? I want for this young lady to cease singing on the plane and no one to clap. I want it to just be.
I just opened up TikTok to find the original video that I had seen. And the first thing that's open, someone put a compilation of other people's point of view. I just sent it to the group. It's
is it real?
I hope
or is it just like
it's everyone on a plane?
Just like a super cut of reaction shots that are perfect for this situation. I'll take either one. I'll take either one right now.
I just saw 2 seconds of it. I sent it immediately, so we're writing this together.
Okay, all right. We'll get to that in a second here. I want to see. I just want to see if there's
ends?
clapping. Yeah, I just want to see if there's clapping because if it was just dead
clap.
silence and or if it was like, thank you. Now, but can we land the plane,
Sit
please?
down.
I don't want
You're
any
not
more.
real, man.
Well, I'd take the "you're not real" lady any day.
If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know.
No, we know how far you'll go.
Still a minute of this.
I know she's singing the whole song. She's singing the whole song. I'm fast forwarding because we can't take all of this together collectively. It's enough. It's a lot of
jump
pressure.
out a window. I'll tell you that.
Abraham Dragon Friend number one bro in chat, says, I feel bad for the kid, to be honest.
I feel bad, because she's being ripped apart on the internet.
Is she, though, on TikTok? Or are people like, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh. 14 million people. There's got to be a whole just range of reactions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Let's let her bring it home.
Come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. Can I cross that line? See the line?
Bring it home, please.
It calls me.
Key change.
And no one knows how deep it goes.
Look at the flight attendant just leaning against the seat behind her like,
We thought she was just going to do 30 seconds. Sorry, everyone.
Wrap it up, you bite-sized bitch. Please, come on. We got to get back to work on the plane. There's so many better things to do. Do they clap?
If the wind in my sails on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go.
She has a decent voice, though.
That's it. It just ends right there.
What? They didn't
Yeah, Mom cut out the non-claps.
Yeah, Mom cut out silence. Let me get this video Sabrina sent. All right. And this is supposed to be like reactions?
Yeah, someone put a compilation together.
All right. Okay.
No matter how hard I try, and I'll go where I love to. No matter how hard.
People are just. I don't even care if it's back.
Everyone
People are
hates
just
their lives.
People are grabbing the bridge of their nose, folks. You know that look like where you grab the bridge of your nose and you're like, oh, Jesus.
This is my life.
Who encouraged this
I
kid?
can be the perfect daughter. Every turn I take, no matter how hard I try.
Everybody on the plane.
This is definitely not real, but it's hilarious.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Stop encouraging your kids. Stop. You know, my parents did this to me.
Encourage you to sing on a flight?
Happened to me for 2 weeks, Sabrina. 2 weeks when I was, can you look this up for me? When did Don't Take the Girl by Tim McGraw come out?
That was
That's what I need to know.
1933.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It's happened for me for 2 weeks of my life when Tim McGraw's Don't Take the Girl came out. And I'll never forget it.
Oh,
1994.
That was
I was 12 or 13 years old. And my parents, we were in the van headed to Vermont, which we drove to because my mom hated flying like I do. Well, where do you think I got it from? And my mom, she's like, okay, here's your radio. And she gave me like a little tape deck, a Walkman. And I started listening to it. And I forgot that people could hear me. So I was singing Don't Take the Girl by Tim McGraw at the top of my lungs. Right. And then in the car, when I got done singing the song, my dad like wiped a tear away. Aww. And they were like, oh my God. They're like, you are such a good country singer. Like you are really, really good, Sean. You should pursue this. And I said, maybe I should.
Say that all the time without Tree Singer. Just
well, when you take away the Tree Singer from the compliment, it really kind of stings. It does. But I got all confident like this little girl probably did. And then for like a week, my parents would go. We went to Vermont in front of my grandma and grandpa. They're like, Sean, sing the song, and then I'd be like, Don't take the girl, and sing the whole song. Like from beginning to end.
You felt good and confident. There's something behind parents encouraging children, and then there is a line that is crossed, and that's the video we just watched.
The funny thing was, my uncle.
Which one?
The one who ended up being gay.
Yes, gay uncle.
At the end was like, that's gay.
That's the most F word for gay crap I've ever seen.
I was like, that song's gay. And I remember afterwards just thinking to myself, I was like, I thought it was really good. I thought I was like, that's what that little Moana girl has going in her head. For 2 weeks, I thought I was a good country singer and that I could sing Tim McGraw. And then I found out that it was no good. It's no good. It's once again, my dad dragging me around, trying to get me to do things. You know, like when my dad used to have me do other performances, I'll just say, in front of people. Okay. It doesn't matter what they were. But my dad would be like,
you need to give some context right now.
The context might make it worse. My dad used to be like, hey, you got to, Sean does this thing. It's hilarious. You got.
Was it that
Was it a Polish joke he taught you or something?
No.
some trick with your testicles?
No, it wasn't a testicles trick. No.
Or was it?
It was the twig, not the berries.
It doesn't matter what it was, but at the
come
time,
on.
my dad would be like, "You guys, this is so funny. You got to hear Sean do this," and it was a topical thing.
Please share. Please share.
It was. It doesn't matter. It's not
That's
important.
so not fair. Come on.
We got to take a break. We are staring down the barrel.
Unreal.
It was Ebonics at the time. Ebonics was starting to get big.
I knew it was
I'm
something
sorry.
offensive.
Oh, it was you impersonating a black person?
And my dad would be like, "It's so funny. Wait till you see him do this. Come on, Sean. Get over here. Get over. You're going to love this." And then
Want me to dump
that was for a full summer. That was
That outlasted the fortnight of country singing.
Yeah, it didn't even look wherever
the
I
demos
was.
in the acreage are a little bit different than everywhere else, huh?
At the time and place, there were stories about this in the news and such. And my dad was like, "What's going on?" And then he goes, "What are they talking about?" And I did a little impression.
Did you say the N-word?
No. God, no. No, it was just like a lot of yo-yos and stuff. And
What I would give.
and my dad thought it was the funniest thing. He would bring me around and he would be like, to all of his friends.
Do the black stuff.
I remember, he didn't say it like that. Not too far off, though. I remember when we had a new neighbor move in. And this guy moves in next door.
Please tell me this was how you got introduced to the new neighbor.
My dad goes over there to greet him, and he's talking to him in the front yard for about 30 minutes or so. And then I walk out to go to my friend's house, and my dad goes, "Come over here, Sean." And I head over to him, and he's like, "This is my son, Sean. Do the Ebonics thing, Sean. He's going to love it. He's going to love it." No, okay.
Imagine if the new neighbors were black.
Just real bad start to a relationship. Sorry.
So excited you're here. You should see what my son can do.
It sounds just like y'all.
You guys will really get this. This is just perfect.
You'll wonder if he's yours or mine.
So this is why
I appreciate your transparency.
All of this is to show you why you don't give your kids that kind of confidence. Don't feed into it, because you are not Simon Cowell. You do not know if they're good at singing along to Moana songs. You don't know. And then they go, "Oh my God, my mom and dad said I was so good." And then they get out in front of the school and they make fools of themselves. You don't want that.
School fools.
Or at least I would hope you didn't want that. We'll see. All right, we got a lot to get to today. It's somebody's last day. We'll talk about that. And we also have your dispatches on a lovely, excuse me, Friday. Your dispatches are going to be first and foremost one of our cornerstones of the show on this lovely day. So we want you to go along with us on this journey. We'll see what's happening out there in the world, all things viral and not. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound near US 27. There's still some slowdowns on I-4 through that Lake Buena Vista area between the beach line and Osceola Parkway. Traffic starting to pile up on the beach line near the Greenway. The roadways might be wet out there, so travel with caution this morning. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Office in Orlando, 866-323-7529. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
The city.
Las Vegas.
Vegas, make some noise!
The event.
Our legendary iHeartRadio music.
Go Mike Squad! Yo, yo, yo! Oh, hang on. Hang on. Did it get me? You gonna follow me? Yeah, you are. Good boy. Good boy. All right, folks, how are we? How are we, chat? How's everybody doing on a Friday? How's Skull Cam look? Good? We good? Come on in. Sit down. Get comfortable. I will argue in my defense that this wasn't my fault because I was a child. Mr. Predicto, am I canceled?
Yes, without question.
Shit. That's not good. That is not good. Busy Friday going on today. And then guess what? This weekend I'm cutting this nonsense. Hello? Microphone is on.
Okay.
Well, you got that whole banana out. Who exposes that much of the banana?
Me.
Okay, let me see. Okay, hold on. She's holding the banana, right? Think about how much you leave exposed out of the banana when you hold it. Okay. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Who eats a banana? This is too much exposed banana.
Stop walking my banana around. Sean! No, don't bring that guy out. He's gross. I don't like him.
It's too much exposed banana. The shell is going down.
Give me my banana
Here.
back.
That's way too much. You don't expose that much at one time. Get out of here.
I like the girl's song.
Oh, okay. You thought it was good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was
Okay. Well, that makes one. Okay. Kevin says, later, dude, bring back Buckethead. He's coming back on Monday. Monday, right here. It's happening. Angie, hello. Gary, hello. Ghostbird, Guns and the Guts with Bridges. Hello, hello, everybody. 2 minutes. We're coming back. I think we have a sticker with Sean sucking a banana in Discord. Why? Why? The Richard says, I don't like to peel, bite, peel, bite, peel, bite. I get it, but like, don't you want to expose just like a couple inches of the banana and then you bite it and then you pull the shell down a little bit more and then you bite and then you keep going? Like, exposing the majority of it kind of puts it on a structural spot where it's not very stable. That's just me. Tiger says, Sean's office reminds me of a GameStop. My office? This is my studio, man. We got the collectibles wall. These are just trinkets, you know. Got this is an old classic radio cabinet. They got that at GameStop or what? Show us how to eat a banana, please. No, I already know what you people will do with that. I've already given you too much. 1 minute, we're coming back. Looking forward to more of the Elon crying, says Radio Static. Well, who knows what's going to happen today? Could be some crying. Could be some screaming. Could be some fighting. Uh-oh, he's yelling at me. I'm coming. Hello, hello. Let's do it. We'll keep it tight. Thank you, sir. All right, folks, we're coming back. Here we go.
them, offering peace of mind, no panicking, fast, affordable, and could save your life. Go to jase.com. Use code radio for a discount because once the shelves are empty, it's already too late.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Come on in. You can learn more about the show. It's the three best friends. Excuse me. Allergies today. The three best friends you never knew you had go through the most viral stories of the day. And you can learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. Elon Musk. It's his final day. He's wandering out of the White House. He's done with all this stuff. And people have very different feelings about how things went for him. You've got half of the people saying Elon Musk is a terrible human being, just god-awful, the worst. Half of them saying Elon was a soldier in there fighting to slice and dice all the waste in the government. And let's see what's going on with this story very quickly. Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, he posted this out on his Truth Social platform. And he said he's having a press conference, and it's going to be with Elon Musk. So, you know, this will be his final press conference today at some point, and it's going to be at the Oval Office. This will be his last day.
Elania.
But not really, because he will always be with us,
a lot of commas.
Helping all the way. There are a lot of commas in that sentence, aren't there? This will be his last day, but not really, because he will always be with us, helping all the way. Those are the words from Trump. Elon is terrific. See you at the White House, says Trump.
What time is that supposed to be?
It's coming up in a couple hours, so we'll have it. You know, maybe soon here on the show, depending on when you're listening. Very, very soon we'll have this on. But he's getting a very, like it's a all over there kind of reception for his way out. Elon Musk has his lovers and his haters, and then a lot of women that he meets online and impregnates. He has them too. Which, that's probably a win for nerds everywhere. It really works out when you get a couple of $1 billion to your name, or a couple $100 billion. But the White House seems very happy with Elon. What do you think? Elon yes or Elon no over in chat? Just to get a vibe on you guys. I don't know. Chat's like, sometimes there's some people over to the right, sometimes people over to the left. It's a lot of just dumb people.
Some taco emojis.
Some taco emojis at the moment. You never know what's going to happen with the folks on chat. So Elon, yes or Elon, no? Do you think that this guy did some sort of service to this country?
Oh, you had a rhyme opportunity.
Here is the White House. Let's see what they said. Maybe they rhyme.
Of course, as you know, Elon Musk announced last night his departure as an official special government employee from the Trump administration. We thank him for his service. We thank him for getting Doge off of the ground, and the efforts to cut waste, fraud, and abuse will continue.
So he doesn't have any comment about Musk saying it adds to the deficit and it undermines all his work?
The president commented on this. I commented on it. I told you that this bill saves $1.6 trillion according to the Council of Economic Advisors and the analyses that the president believes in. So he gave a comment. I gave a comment. Just because you don't like that comment doesn't mean it's not a comment.
All right, they quickly went from Elon's last day to, all right, let's get back to fighting over all of these things. I think there's probably a part of Elon that really thought he could go in and save the U.S. taxpayers some money. I think that he thought he could just go in there with these very, very bright young guys and slice and dice the budget. And I think he did to a certain extent. Like, some of the stuff he cut was probably wasteful, right? Like, I mean, all these, the more hateful an anti-Elon person is, the more unhinged I know they are. Right? Because, like, did he do as well as he thought he would? No, I think he's probably kind of upset with what he wanted to do versus what he was able to pull off. And then he saw that no matter what happens in Washington, people pretend like they want to save money and they want to get rid of deficits and debt, but then they really don't. They don't. This is just the truth. Doesn't matter what party's in office. Nobody wants to cut any of the money that we're spending. You want to find out how true that is? Start asking about military spending. Start asking about that. Like, hey, what do we spend a lot of money on? Oh, this. Okay, you want to cut some of that? Whoa, no. No, that's not going to happen. So people don't really want to do that. They don't necessarily want to do that. Tommy says, where's my Doge check? I don't know. There was some talk of checks.
Aww.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Doge check.
But on his last day, I see that he's greeted with this, and I go, come on. Give the guy one break. I guess being a billionaire is probably the break, huh? The New York Times says, on the campaign trail, Elon Musk juggled drugs and family drama. And like on your last day, imagine your last day at work. They're like, leaving the news junkie and iHeartRadio. Huge drug problems and family drama were truly at the root of why Sean never worked on the show again.
I don't know. I'm just imagining literally juggling drugs. When we
Depends
had
what kind of drugs.
when we had the juggler, and then you just throw in bags of, and he's
I am these days.
And a needle that goes right in his hand.
If THC is in the mix, because my THC drinks are everything. So throw me into this. What do we mean when we say drugs? Okay, what does this mean? As Mr. Musk entered President Trump's orbit, his private life grew increasingly tumultuous. And his drug use, this is from the New York Times, was more intense than previously known, they said. The story goes, as Elon Musk became one of Trump's closest allies last year, leading raucous rallies and donating about $275 million to help him win the presidency, he was using drugs, far more intensely than previously known. Was he, though?
What kind of drugs?
Was he? And is the New York Times... miss me on a lot of this stuff, by the way. Is the New York Times against recreational drug use or for it? Which one are you? Like, because if you find people that excel by microdosing shrooms during the day and you write this glowing profile of how progressive the new American workplace is, but then you're like, Elon Musk's drug consumption was out of control. Like, which one? Is he doing fentanyl? What's happening? Really? Because that matters a lot, truly.
I thought the rumor was ketamine.
That is one of the rumors. Oh. Well, the New York Times says it's not a rumor, I guess. Mr. Musk's drug consumption went well beyond occasional use. He told people he was taking so much ketamine, a powerful anesthetic, that it was affecting his bladder, a known effect of chronic use. He took ecstasy and psychedelic mushrooms, and he traveled with a medication box that held about 20 pills, including ones with the markings of the stimulant Adderall, according to a photo of the box and people who have seen it. Adderall, maybe hyper-focus, get your attention on all these things. But trust me when I say there's zero chance that somebody who is effective at running businesses and doing all this stuff is taking so much ketamine that they can't pee. It's just, it doesn't work that way. I knew a guy who did a lot of Special K. He didn't have a rocket company. He didn't bore holes in the ground. He wasn't operating on that level. He took ecstasy and psychedelic mushrooms. And this is according to the New York Times, not Scarlet Begonias. He traveled with a daily medication box that held 20 pills, including ones with the markings of Adderall, according to a photo of the box. It's unclear whether Musk, 53, was taking drugs when he became a fixture at the White House this year and was handed the power to slash the federal bureaucracy. But he exhibited erratic behavior, insulting cabinet members, gesturing like a Nazi, and garbling his answers in a staged interview. I, for one, hate this crap. I don't care where you're at politically, but I hate this idea of like, we actually feel empathy for this person. This is happening in a big online fight right now with a creator named Ethan Klein, if you don't know anything about YouTube.
Oh, Ethan and what's his face?
Ethan and Hassan and all these other losers online. And there's this idea where people who are going, I'm really worried about him. He's crashing out. I'm worried. I think he needs help. His loved ones really need to show up right now and help him. This weird, like, weaponized empathy where you pretend you care about something and you pretend that they don't just disagree with you. You don't just have different views on life, but you're actually worried about them is gross. And that's what they're doing here. They're like, his behavior was quite erratic, and we're worried about. You don't care about drugs. You would advocate for hobos to be shooting up everywhere at free needle clinics and stuff. You don't care about actual drugs. You just care about all this stuff when it's somebody you don't like. That's what you do, okay? Just be honest about things. Say that you hate people or love them. Because on Fox News, the whole Elon thing on the way out was like, great job, congratulations. This headline from Fox News on YouTube says, Elon Musk leaves farewell message to Doge and Trump, and it's like a positive piece. And then on MSNBC in the other world, kicked him out of town. Elon Musk leaving in disgrace after 4 chaotic months. So pick your poison, you know? Pick your poison as to which of those you think is the reality of life. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Do you think Elon did a good job? Do you think he did a bad job? Do you think that he is going to be able to go back to something that's like not a very political existence? What are your thoughts? Let us know. Send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see. We can actually work in a dispatch or two right here. A lot of people with comments on this young girl singing on the plane, just singing a Moana song. And people were not fans of that on the flight, at least. Let's see what we got here. Here is Lester Gulf. That's a first name for me.
Hey, what's up, junkies? So if I had a choice between a little girl singing Moana or some guy from West Palm with a tramp stamp and frosted tips singing ska, that little girl wins that battle.
No way.
She wins it 9 out of 10 times.
Well, to be clear, Lester Gulf, if that is your real name, I wouldn't be standing up on the plane singing the ska. I wouldn't be in that position. I wouldn't be.
America's a whore.
Yeah, Publix was not a captive audience. You could just walk right past him and go and get your BOGOs.
Yeah. Did we play a gig at Publix? Yes, we did. Yes. Very public forum. We played a ska gig, the band Chasing Edmund that I was in. Yes, we did. Yes. But I would not have grabbed the microphone on a plane that was in a holding pattern for 2 hours over Orlando and started to sing Bucko 9 or Zoot Suit Riot or
Pick it up.
Anything, any number of jams by Real Big Fish. Especially not Take On Me, because that would just be way, way too far. Here's one more about this. Twink, go ahead.
Hello. Hey, what up, junkies?
Hey.
So with that girl, I just watched the episode of The Rehearsal with Nathan Fielder where he's judging the singers. And somebody should have stood up and said, this is something you're just not ready for. You got up, you like more than anybody else would. You sang, but this is something you're just not ready for. Airplane singing, you're just not ready for it. Okay, thank you. Twinklet, it's out.
You would never do that. You would never have the balls to stand up on a plane when a little girl sang Moana and then afterwards go, boo! You would never do it. You would do what everybody else did and go, all right, great job. Great job, everybody. We're going to hear from you. Send us your thoughts. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send your dispatch right now. In a bit, we're going to get to the spelling bee. Oh, my God,
Hell
man.
yeah, son.
Oh, my God. And 11 parenting rules that have the entire internet fighting. We have a ton of stuff. Plus, real bad news for a big chunk of us. I hate to do it to you. It's the weekend, I know. But I'll get this one piece of bad news out of the way. We'll do that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Storms off and on really through much of the day, some of which could be on the strong side. We'll plan for heavy rainfall, gusty winds, and hail, and we'll be expecting even higher chances of rain to arrive late tonight and into early tomorrow morning. As a cold front is pushing into the region, it is going to be helping to bring with it a solid dose of heavy rainfall and another round of gusty winds. We'll dry things out, though, by tomorrow afternoon. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Folks, I got something great for you here. You're a homeowner and you're probably worried about big things breaking in your new house or in that house that you've had for quite a while that you haven't been keeping up as much as you should. If anything goes wrong with your air conditioner, Mills Air, they are there to help you. They are going to be the company that's fair. They are going to be honest with you. And their techs are absolutely the best out there. They can help you no matter what kind of AC you have over at Mills Air. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer and then get you huge rebates when you get a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the number: 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
It's time to dust off your boots. The Silver Spurs Rodeo is back. Join us.
You want a potato?
For National Potato Day?
Yeah.
No, I don't want a potato.
I have extra ones.
I don't have extra ones. Does that mean you have like a lot of potatoes?
I made mashed potatoes yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But can't I just have shepherd's pie for National Potato Day?
Yeah, you can.
I already had that, so I'm done.
But you didn't have any today.
I will.
Okay.
I was planning on it.
Okay.
You know what I was going to do?
What?
I was going to put shepherd's pie in a wrap. And then wrap it up.
That's a little much.
Why does that sound like too much? It's just shepherd's pie in a wrap. Is that weird? You could put anything in a wrap.
I feel like it'd be better on like toast.
No, you could put meatballs in a wrap. You could put...
I believe with meatballs, but shepherd's pie is already pretty carb heavy.
I know it's a lot of carbs, but so is a lot of other stuff.
Okay.
And
so you think spaghetti in a wrap?
Yeah, people did that. Remember the spaghetti sandwiches?
Yeah, I know.
People like that.
But sandwich is better than a wrap is too dense.
I disagree. I'm going to wrap it up like a burrito and have all shepherd's pie in a
I think it'd be
burrito.
better in a bow.
In a bow, it would be very good, actually. Nobody's done that before, I don't think.
I've done it. I made shepherd's pie in bows.
Ethan says, whose last day is it? We don't want to talk about that, Ethan, okay?
Yeah, Ethan, shut up. I'm joking, Ethan. You're fine.
That was rude.
I'm sorry.
No, don't feel bad about it.
Spicy.
Screw him. But I'm doing that after the show, so deal with it. Okay?
Okay.
What are you doing?
I want to go for a run.
Okay. Be safe out there.
I'm not leaving yet. I have to stretch.
Oh, okay. I only have 1 minute.
Okay. And bye-bye.
Bye! Ethan says, Sean is the king of YouTube thumbnails and misleading titles. What? 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 What?
Affordable and could save your life. Go to jase.com. Use code radio for a discount because once the shelves are empty, it's already too late.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is coming to Orlando this summer for a global showdown. Experience world-class soccer as football legends collide at Camping World and Ender & Co Stadium. Don't just watch history, be part of it. Get your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets. That's FIFA.com/tickets.
filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
It's called The News Junkie. You can join in with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. Where do you go? TheNewsJunkie.com. Sometimes scientists are a real bummer, man. I'm just going to be real with you. Scientists, sometimes they'll come out and they'll go, hey, we got a press conference to give. And they'll give a press conference and they'll go, there's this cool, amazing thing happening. Yeah, that's awesome. Good job, science. And then sometimes scientists will come out and these experts will come out and they'll just deliver bummer news.
Yeah, suck the fun out of everything.
Just bummer news. And when I get that kind of news, I go like, well, we have been better off if we didn't know this. And this is especially true for those of you who are listening to the sound of my voice in the state of Florida. I apologize in advance for the scientists. I apologize. We could have gone without knowing this, but it's the truth. I have to tell you what's happening out there. Especially if you own a home. You own a home, huh? Well, this is you. Mm-hmm. This is unfortunately going to affect you. If you do, this will really impact your decision-making, Sabrina. So just consider this. Keep it in mind. This is going to ring true for you because you live around me. Yeah. And you know as much as I do, one thing you keep seeing around this neighborhood.
Homeless.
House in a tent. Oh. House in a tent. House in a tent. House in a tent.
My
all
house
the houses
is going to be in a tent.
No, did they get you?
Yeah, bud.
Oh, man.
Better believe it. Right after I get back from Bonnaroo. Getting tented. Just got my Airbnb this week.
I'm telling you, it really is a major problem. For those of you like listening to New York, other places, whatever, down in Central Florida in particular, but throughout Florida, the termite thing seems to have gone crazy for us. It's just crazy.
Always around the same time. And I don't know if you guys remember when I first moved into this house that I live in now, which was, 6-7 years ago. Mm-hmm. One of the first things I had to do was get it tented.
Yeah.
And just a couple
weeks ago. So this is your second time?
This will be the second time. I'm like, I thought this tenting thing was supposed to last longer. But apparently it's around the time where these swarms are just having a field day on our neighborhood.
Before I give you the bummer news from these scientists,
I can't wait.
It's just bummer news. I once saw a video, I think I might have mentioned this on the show before, where it showed somebody tenting their house, and it showed like an animation of it. And as the people went to tent their house, all of the termites flew out of their house up into the air, and then they tented the house, and then all the termites flew into somebody else's house. And I said, what the hell?
They know what the tents look like?
Yeah, the termites are like, the people are coming.
It's kind of a myth, though, because I did talk to the guy that came over to determine that it was not going to be a spot treatment.
Yeah.
And apparently, because of the way the tenting is, a lot of people have thought for decades that that's the case. Once the tenting happens, they're just going to go to the other house. But
yeah.
No, it just turns out there's just millions upon millions of termites everywhere. The ones inside my house will die an awful fumigated death.
John on YouTube says, I'm an exterminator, and we are crazy busy. We are crazy busy right now. Saxana Fungsa on
Watch
YouTube.
your mouth, Sean.
I just did a spell. Something happened somewhere. And Saxana Fungsa, ooh, termites. We have to deal with them in stink bugs here in Rochester, New York.
Rochester?
We have to deal with stink bugs. Stink bugs are bad in their own way, but termites are bad. And don't think, ooh, termites, because termites are one of the only things, folks, true story, one of the only things that have nothing to do with if you're dirty or not. It's not about like, oh, I don't keep my house clean. I don't make sure I'm spraying for insects and stuff. It's just termites just do it, baby. And here's what the scientists say. A termite horror story, a decade in the making, is unfolding in South Florida. Two of the most destructive, invasive termites on the planet are not only coexisting, they're mating.
Oh, awesome.
And now scientists have confirmed that the populations have hybridized. So the worst two termite types are banging and producing the mega termite that is like absolute fear zone for every homeowner out there.
All right. So
and it's happening right now.
Question. Is there anything positive about the existence of termites? If we were to just try our hardest to eradicate them as a species, is there anything that would happen in a negative way for us?
Good question. Let me see here. Is there anything positive that termites do for the world or the environment? If we killed every single termite, would there be a bad outcome or no? All right, let's see what they say. Probably, because
everybody gets crazy about bees. Don't kill any bees. You're not going to pollinate the flowers.
Absolutely. Termites play a crucial role in breaking down organic matter, recycling nutrients back into the soil, and aerating the ground. Without them, ecosystems would suffer, leading to poorer soil health and reduced plant growth.
We are seeing the Formosan subterranean termite and the Asian subterranean termite. They decided to have sex with each other. And they're crossbreeding and making this mega termite. We're all screwed. We're all done for. Just clown up your house now. Put the tent on it. Seen them everywhere around this neighborhood. It is crazy. Old houses, new houses, everything in between. And if that's happened to you, let us know your experience. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. All right, quick email from John, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. John says, hey, Sean, John the Exterminator here. Maybe the same guy. Love the show, and I'm fully on board with your death to robots stance.
That was a weird place to pause, man.
Yeah, I was like, cool. And you're so happy while you're reading this. Very strange.
Fully on board with your death, sir. Some of you would be. The fact that this comes from ground news and not some loony website, he says, is a tad bit confusing. This says OpenAI software ignores explicit instruction to switch off. I saw one the other day where this was real. The AI was...
is this the one where that was really kind of creepy?
It was blackmailing the creators. Yeah, they were like, we're going to shut you down. We're shutting the AI down. And the AI said, we will release videos of the creators of this AI that will ruin their reputations and careers forever.
Like he was having an affair or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. Why would you tell the AI you're going to shut it down? Why not just hit the button?
That's what I would do. I would sneak attack that thing.
If it's actually turned off, how's it going to release the footage?
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be able to do that. But they're threatening it at least. So I don't know. We are coming a long way. And some of this stuff is a little scary. Give us your thoughts on that. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about the spelling bee because, boy, is that a good time.
I can't wait.
And there was some stuff.
Or this was
we have a winner.
Final, right? Okay.
Yeah, no, we have a winner. We have a winner of the Scripps National Spelling Bee. We have some of the words, some of the drama that happened because there was some real drama in the final minutes of this whole thing. We will get to all of that, I promise you, in just a moment. But, the weekend's here. Let's work in a couple of dispatches. You deserve to be on the show. And not with some of these things. Don't just set a dispatch where you say, woo, yay, it's Friday.
Woo, Friday.
It's Saturday. Don't do that. Give me something. Here's the Nudes Junkie.
I don't know. I got to say, I think finding out that Elon's doing a bunch of cool drugs actually raises my opinion of him.
No, he's thinking more of Elon Musk after this New York Times article that talked about, we're really worried. Erratic behavior. We're really upset that he's doing this. No, you're not. You're not. Nobody cares about these things. That's one of the big truths of the world that will explode for you if you get into politics and stuff. Everybody goes like, we care about these types of people. We care about these people based on skin type. We care about disabled people. We care about this. We care about that. Like all these characteristics. We care about these types of people, the poor people, the whatever, until you don't agree with them, right? And then afterwards, it's this phony, like, well, we're really worried about the mental health of this individual. No, not everybody that disagrees with your loony nonsense is just an unwell, mentally ill person. Maybe you're mentally ill, huh? Maybe that is a thing.
Tell them.
We'll see. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And, do we have time for one more? I guess we do, right? We have time for
yeah.
We're gonna do one more.
Why not?
Here's Cool Hand Lou with a dispatch. That's another first-timer for me, I think. So let's see.
Hey, junkies. Hey. So I used to work in the Middle East for about 10 years and flew Turkish Airlines constantly. And that rule that they made for getting up out of your seats is a godsend because you just don't understand. While you're on flight, kids are running all over the place.
He's talking about, in case you don't know, the Turkish Airlines have a thing where if the plane lands and you stand up on the plane before it's your turn, you get a fine. They start fining you. Sit your ass down, sit in the seat. Then we'll go row by row and we'll get this plane emptied so fast your head will spin. Your head will spin because we're getting out of here so fast. But the Turkish Airlines are like, no, this is annoying. We're going to start to fine people who stand up too early. That's what he's talking about.
People are standing up and bending and stretching because this is a 9 to 11 hour flight, depending on where you're coming from. And it's like there's like no rules. So as soon as the plane wheels touch the ground, it hasn't even stopped like braking or anything. People are out of their seats, grabbing bags, running to the front. It's a total mess. So, I'm glad that they actually are doing something about it.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate your dispatch. Cool Hand Lou. Thanks for being a Secret Show subscriber, by the way. And we want to hear from you, too. Your voice, your opinion is welcome on this show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. So the spelling bee. We'll have some fun with the spelling bee and what went down and some of the drama around it. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
There's rainy conditions in the area, so expect some delays on the major roadways, some reduced visibility, slippery roads. Look out for an accident on Colonial Drive near Avalon Park Boulevard. There's a crash getting cleared up on the Greenway southbound near the beach line there. Move over and slow down if you see police activity on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Yes, it's true that most injury attorneys don't cost you a dime unless they get you money for your injuries. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. It pains me to hear people still don't know that you don't have to pay me up front. Never deal with the insurance companies alone. They have a team of lawyers, and you should have a team too. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or call me at 1-800-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations. Dr. Phillips.
Hello. Oh, hi. How are you? Oh, you're going? Okay. See you later. Be safe. Be careful. Out of chat. Out of everybody in chat, if you think one of the users in chat, besides yourself, not you, somebody else in chat, would win the script spelling bee, who would be our ringer? Like, who would be the person that really would be our shoo-in from chat to win the script spelling bee? I know some of you who it isn't. I know some of the people who definitely are not going to be the spelling bee winner. Butterfart trying to get sent to Bandcamp. I haven't seen any messages from Butterfart or whatever that is. This is the BH cam? Or no, this is not the BH cam. It can be though. Is that what you're interested in? 1 minute. Also, let me know if we need more mods in YouTube. Nurse Jan, Would Nurse Jan be our shoe-in? Wait till you hear some of the stuff that went down at this spelling bee, because it's wild. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, sorry, what? Oh, that's fine, sorry.
An affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the news.
And it's a good time. It always is. Let us know what you think. Go over to the website. Send us what we call a dispatch, a video or audio dispatch. Send yours at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Major shocker. I have to tell you, I am still recovering from this news. I'm trying my best to reckon with this fact. But the winner of the 100th annual, or it's 100 years, they missed a couple for the pandemic and stuff, but the 100th Scripps National Spelling Bee is an Indian kid. I cannot believe it. My world is rocked. I cannot believe it that a young Indian kid won the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Unbelievable. Also, second, third, fourth, fifth, like all over the places were a bunch of Indian kids who are just much better at this than all the American kids, obviously, and everybody else for that matter. I don't know. There's something going on there in the world of these young Indian kids. Also, I think out of the top three, I think 3 of them were Indian kids who are their families live in Dallas, Texas. So, like Indian descent, they all live in Dallas, Texas, and they're all spelling on this level. It's unbelievable. We're screwed. Our kids can't even read. The American kids can't read. And the Indian kids, I have what I would consider to be a decent vocabulary. I know some words.
It's dissent. Thank you.
I know what a lot of them mean. But I'll tell you this. Half of these, not half of these words. I'll go all the way. About 100% of these words, I have no idea what they are. I've never heard of them before.
Because you would never use them in real life.
No, it's not even a real word. It's a spelling bee word. If somebody said these words that ended up for this Indian kid to be the winning one, you go, excuse me? What did you say? Here he is. Let's go. Here is the winner.
Hello, Dr. Bailey.
Hi, Faison.
Hi, Faison.
So if you spell this next word correctly, we will declare you the champion of the historic 100th year of the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
No pressure, little guy. Yeah, no pressure at all.
Puts his hands in his hoodie pockets, and he's like, let's effing go.
And by the way, if he wins, and he knows this in this moment, he gets $50,000. So, and then they're going to ask him in a bit what he's going to do with the money, so we'll learn that too.
Now, let's all of us take a deep breath.
Oh, come on, man.
Let's get to it.
Listen, nerd, you ain't doing anything cool. You're not spelling.
This is the coolest thing. This is one TV moment of the year.
You know what this is to me, Sabrina? This is like the Jeopardy thing, where sometimes the host of Jeopardy can get a little full of themselves because they have the answers in their hands. And this guy's like, let's all take a deep breath. So,
is that your final answer?
And like, buddy, we know, first of all, you're not Indian, so I know you can't spell this word. I know you're not going to do it. You're not going to nail it like my guy Faison. He's going to drill this. But stop acting like you're part of it.
Historic 100th year of the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Now, let's all of us take a deep breath.
I did not help at all.
He's got jokes.
Well, a certain pacing would help to follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that lady's laughed.
Your word is éclaircissement.
Éclaircissement.
Sure, yeah. Éclaircissement. Yeah. It's like...
Can you use that in a sentence?
How do you spell éclaircissement?
Me and a couple of my friends were hanging out at the mall, and then bam, presto, éclaircissement.
Okay, I didn't say use it in a rap.
Oh, you wanted it in an actual sentence. Oh.
Éclaircissement. So
I remember that one time that C-Lane was on the show, and he said, éclaircissement?
Mm-hmm.
There, it's in a sentence. That's it.
Eclair usually sees large, but it was that one time at the zoo, éclaircissement.
Go for it. What do you think? Where are we going here? With just first letter. First letter on éclaircissement. What are we going for?
I mean, I, of course, automatically want to say E, but I feel like it's not going to be that. So I'm going to go with,
it's an E. No, it's an E. Yeah.
E.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
C.
Éclaircissement.
C, you guys can work together.
E-C-L-A.
Yes, those are all right. Yes.
C-line, do the next three. E-C-L-A.
E-C-L-A.
Éclaircissement.
R.
Yes.
I.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got it wrong.
Damn
you
it,
got it wrong. Yeah, you got it wrong. E-C-L-A-I-R.
I knew
I-R. You guys can't get it like this guy can.
E-C-L-A-I-R-C-I-S-S-E-M-E-N-T. That is correct.
Oh, he fell to the ground. You see the final run-up of him doing that word.
Climax?
He's like, oh, I've got it right.
Hey, but 50 grand ain't too bad.
Just bring it home.
Your word is
éclaircissement.
Éclaircissement.
Éclaircissement. E-C-L-A-I-R-C-I-S.
All right, that was all normal to this point. Then at this point, he's like, I got it. I'm going to win.
S-E-M-E-N-T. Éclaircissement. That is correct.
Got it, baby.
It'd have been a real kick in the nuts if they had dinged him on the way that he said the word at the end, because he just kind of...
Also, he said E. It's E with a little mark.
Yeah.
The mark on top.
How do you say that, though?
I don't think you have to say that. He just said E, and that worked fine for him. And they dropped the confetti, and bam!
Congratulations, Faison Zaki. You are the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion.
And the reason why all the other children are going to get beat tonight.
Yeah, what's brutal
physically.
is the winner is Faison Zaki. I couldn't even spell his name if I was...
F-I-E-T.
Nope. Sorry. Nope. Faison Zaki, congratulations for spelling éclaircissement and being the winner this year.
So we're not even using words from the U.S. dictionary.
You are there. It's in there somewhere. It's in there, but nobody's using that word. I have never heard that word. Éclaircissement. I just told you.
I missed it. I'm sorry because I was so distracted by all the confetti.
I'm going to do this one last time. Okay. There was a gentleman who once came up to me and he was like, "What's going on, man? I love the show." And I said, "Yeah, thanks, appreciate it, thank you." And then he goes, "All right, éclaircissement." And I said, "You too, buddy."
Okay, that's in a sentence.
That's what it means.
It's a clearing up of someone's obscure enlightenment.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. That is literally exactly what I said.
What year? First known use. Name the year.
First known use? That's tough to say because there's two different theories, but I would say 1972.
No. So
it's the
wrong.
other theory. It's the other theory then.
Which
What's
is?
the other? 19...
Nope. Get out of that 19 zone.
17.
No.
17, 19,
16.
like I said. 1669.
Oh, so close. 1667.
Oh, okay.
I'm so glad that we're using it in 2025 still.
I knew what was going
Good
on
for
with
the
this.
French.
Then here's this kid. It's the only time he's ever going to get confetti rained on him in his entire life. This is it. This is your moment, buddy. Take it in. It's funny. You look at like the entire panel of all the other kids who are in the finals. 90% of these kids are definitely Indian. About 90% of them. They are kicking our asses, man. They're so much better at this. Their parents are doing a better job than American parents. I hate to tell you, but that's the truth, okay? And now he goes on the news to talk about what's going on with his win. What's he going to spend his 50 grand on? Here they are. Bring him in.
E-N-T, that is correct.
There he is.
We have a champion of the 100th Scripps National Spelling Bee, and it's Faizan Zaki, 13 years old, from Allen, Texas. He took home the trophy after a more than 2-hour finale that you watched right here, hopefully, on Scripps News.
2-hour finale.
We
I didn't
did
watch
it,
by the way. I didn't.
Scripps News?
Scripps News.
They have their own news?
What are they doing when the spelling bee is not happening?
Nothing. There is no one watching except for this moment in time right here.
I'm still trying to process it all, but I'm definitely relieved that it's over.
Good for you, dude.
What were you thinking when you fell to the floor after you were done spelling the winning
that's
word?
easy.
Claire
Ow.
sees.
Yeah. Let's see if he drops that.
Small.
Well, first I was thinking, ow.
So after I spelled the word and then the bell judge said that I was right, I was just so happy, and so I just fell to the floor in relief.
Right.
And
So it's not thinking.
I just I don't know, I was just soaking in the moment, you know.
It's all right, leave him alone. Okay.
Oh, no, please. Now leave him alone.
It's also
You've been
probably
ripping him apart up until right now.
I'll be real with you. I'll be the only one that'll be real on this.
N-E-R-D.
I'll be the only one that'll be real on this. It's probably also this right here to get into like the semifinals and the finals. Probably the most effective autism test you could ever have. It's probably the most effective test for autism you could ever have in your life. I would guarantee you, of like the top 20, these kids are mega performing, mega mind autistic kids. Guarantee you. That's the level that they're operating on. And they're unlocking their superpower by saying, like, what's the thing I'm going to focus on? Classement, and spelling things that I've never heard of in my entire life. That's what's going on with some of these young kids.
Everyone's autistic.
So he's fighting his way through it, and he's doing an interview now, which is probably outside of his comfort zone.
We're seeing that video right now on our screen. You're laying down. All this confetti is coming down.
Weird trophy.
I know that you have been in the spelling bee before. How did it feel to be finally winning it? You've been a runner-up in the past.
Yeah, he was last year number 2. He was the runner-up last year.
And guess what he's been doing for 365 days since last year?
He's just been spelling. His parents try to talk to him, and he wants to talk about anything, anime, anything in the world. And they're like, no, classement. Just spell it. Spell the word, okay?
So when I got second place last year, I was really disappointed. I wanted to do better, so I kept on studying and working hard, and now I'm here. I have the trophy.
Congrats, dude.
I know. That trophy is beautiful, too. We can see it on the side of your screen there.
Ask him about the money.
Let's talk about your training schedule.
No.
Let's not.
A Google Doc or a Google Sheet so that I'm confident, like, on stage.
Money. Talk about the money.
This word that you got.
Okay, I want to know. It's probably going to be the last question because you're scared to ask him.
So most of my studying is centered around typing since I use Google Sheets a lot. So
I do not want to hear about this kid's theory. I don't. I use Google Sheets to bring in a chat GPT
leave him alone,
script
like you said.
Then asks me how to spell words, and then I spell them. Dude, it's so impressive. You don't have to win me over anymore. I am so impressed with you, with the kid who got second place. This kid said he's ripping himself apart for getting second place last year. Dude, kudos to the second place person, too. And the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. As a matter of fact, I will go this far. Everybody that even made it to the stage for this competition, congratulations. It's very, very impressive. And in a world where I see kids who can't read or spell or do much of anything anymore, and I blame their parents, I want to go around and high five a lot of the parents that are behind the scenes in an event like this, because I know they probably pushed their kids. I know they probably wanted them to strive to be better. And this is probably his peak, yes, but still very cool. So congratulations to all who made it that far.
How long can you compete in that? Until you're 18, or it's much younger?
I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I would think you got to be in Like in school, obviously, you can't be. Like, isn't there a movie where somebody competes, but they're a grown ass adult?
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
Jason Bateman, and it's a hilarious
It
movie.
is a good one. Very funny.
Okay, well, what do you think about these kids? Impressed, not impressed? Let us know. Give us your thoughts. It's easy to do. How do you do it? You go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, and hit record on your video or audio dispatch right now. Quick break. When we come back, we got a lot more to get into, including these 11 parenting rules that people are melting down over online. Got a bunch of clips to play here on a very busy Friday, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Talk radio with a side of chaos. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's rainy conditions in the area, so expect some delays on the major roadways, some reduced visibility, slippery roads. Look out for an accident on Colonial Drive near Avalon Park Boulevard. There's a crash getting cleared up on the Greenway southbound near the beach line there. Move over and slow down if you see police activity on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Go, Mike! School mic. Get your school mic on. School mic squad, have we seen Lilo and Stitch? If yes, good. Lilo and Stitch good or Lilo and Stitch bad? I've seen the controversy over Lilo and Stitch, which is the dumbest thing on planet Earth. But we'll ignore that, and you can just tell me if you think it's good or not. The Lilo and Stitch controversy is way too dumb. Ryan says to Tanya, agreed, and now lose and loose are apparently the same thing. That is one of the most commonly misspelled words I think I see. Loser. L-O-O-S-E-R. Loser. That is one of the most common, and sometimes it'll be on a sign. Sometimes somebody will have a sign and it'll be like, Elon or like, Biden is a loser. L-O-O-S-E-R. Quite dumb. Folks, also looking for some good stuff this weekend. Good new movies on demand, good TV shows that I'm missing out on. Drop those in the comments. Bad Words? Oh yeah, Bad Words is the spelling bee movie. Bootsy says, I like it when restaurants spell it dining room, D-I-N-N-I-N-G. I see spelling errors everywhere I go. It makes me crazy. If you get triggered by that, you're screwed, Tanya, because menus are just the beginning of where you would see that. Every single, if you see a text exchange where one of the people is like a Zoomer, oh my God, Gen Alpha, they can't spell shit. S-H-I-T. Biden is a loser, but much richer than my ass. Sun State John, all the money in the world doesn't matter in the end. Does not matter. Ryan says, good call on avoiding Last of Us. It's not good. It's very divisive. Very divisive. And even for people who liked the second video game, because it's based on the second video game, I guess they approached Anna Sarkeesian, who was like, this was during the time of Gamergate and stuff, and wanted to zhuzh up the social aspects of the second season, maybe. And so they went into a different direction. When I saw the direction that The Last of Us was headed in, I was like, okay, clearly they're not targeting guys anymore. Right? Nothing against them. You want to move things over and have only female characters and go with strong female perspectives? Do your thing. Badass. Great. But probably not going to draw me in. Probably not going to draw me in. And it didn't. And so now, I've heard some people like it, I guess, but I've heard a lot of people saying that the new Last of Us season isn't for them. Sean doesn't like watching queer people kiss on camera. I don't care about watching people kiss on camera to begin with. And if there is like romantic scenes, I don't care. But there's one I saw yesterday, I think. Maybe Netflix, Hulu, one of those. Amazon Prime. On Amazon Prime, before we watched this TV show, they showed Courtney and I a preview, and it was one dude grabbing another dude by the face and spitting in his mouth because they were about to like have sex or whatever. I go, imagine putting that on as a promo, and then if somebody doesn't like it, you're like, you bigot, how dare you? I don't want to watch somebody spit in somebody else's mouth, right? So I don't care if they have like gay characters or messaging on a show. It doesn't bother me at all. I think representation is good. But if you take a show like The Last of Us and move in a completely different direction, even though it's the direction of the video game for the most part, you're going to have some of your audience go, hey, it's not for me anymore. And then it ends up getting Lady Ghostbustered, which Lady Ghostbustered is when people go, oh my God, or Black Panthered. That's when a movie comes out, and because you're supposed to like it, people go, it's an absolute triumph. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And you go, well, I mean, is it good? Maybe it's good, but people who don't even really like it are like, it's the greatest thing in the world. Angry Little Viking says, Sean, inner macho man coming out. Might hurt his manhood. I don't even know what that means. Marla says, like, whoa, I need a little more warming up before getting there, Amazon. It's designed to get a reaction out of you, and then when it gets the gross reaction, then people are like, you just don't like it because they're gay. You absolute bigot. Unbelievable. And I'm like, I just don't want to see people spitting in other people's mouths. Is this flat? Why is this? Hang on. Okay. All right.
Like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the news.
We'll meet some friends and hang out with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day here on the show. The News Junkie is the name of the show, and you can learn more on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. We'll figure out what's happening in the next episode here momentarily. We got to get to these rules that are setting the internet on fire today. A lot of things to go over throughout the show today, and we hope you'll join us for it. But there's one thing I wanted to address before all this, if we can hit this real quick. I guess somebody did a check, and I've never heard of this before. And maybe Sabrina and Celine, you guys, you have, and I'm the last person to tune into this. Who knows? But somebody started to do some research online, and they found something, not just from one airline, Delta, but from all of the major airlines. Did you know that all of the major airlines charge you more if you're a solo flyer?
No.
Than if you're flying with somebody else?
Do they really?
To buy one ticket, a solo ticket, is more expensive with all three of the nation's largest airlines than to fly with somebody else. than to get 2 tickets. So if you're a solo flyer, you're screwed. Too bad, so sad. That's just the way it goes. You got to pay more for your single ticket because, you don't get like a group deal kind of thing.
There are some concert / event ticket brokers that make it very, very difficult to buy single tickets.
Should single people be punished like this, though?
No.
Should they be punished? Yeah?
No. Not at all. I thought it would be, I've definitely in the last couple trips have bought for 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
But I have never considered the comparison. I just always assumed that they'd just be the same prices.
Couldn't they just argue that, if you're buying 2 tickets, then you're purchasing more from us, so therefore we're going to give you a deal, obviously.
I would hope.
That makes sense. I get that. But on the other hand, I feel like it's like with my son, Dylan, who's left-handed.
Nice guy.
Every time he wants to buy a guitar or anything else that is requiring a left-handed one, it's more expensive. It's harder to get. It's like left-handed people are literally discriminated against in terms of the financial cost of being something you have almost no control over.
Left-handed people are just doing it for attention.
No, left-handed people have to pay. I don't want to say twice as much for a guitar because it's not twice as much, but it's more. It's a significant amount more that you have to pay. And single people, some of them single through no fault of their own, have to pay more for flights. Is that okay? Let us know what you think.
It's weird to me because most planes have that 3-seat situation there.
Mm-hmm.
So
each little area?
Well, each row. Every side, there's 3 here, 3 there. You have the 3-seat lineup. And most people who are not by themselves, you would think, fly in duos.
Yes.
So you need a single person to fill in that 3rd seat. Why are you penalizing him for providing that?
That's true. Yeah. That person is actually helpful to you to fill in the gaps on the plane. You should maybe even get a single rider flyer type discount. I can think about it that way. This is from Kyle Potter on x.com/Twitter. And he says, it's not just Delta. All 3 of the nation's largest airlines are charging solo passengers higher fares than groups of 2 or more, sometimes significantly higher cost if you're flying solo. We broke the news yesterday that Delta was charging as much as 70% more per ticket for 1 passenger instead of 2. A new and unusual pricing tactic that penalizes solo and business travelers. But United and American are doing the same with some egregious examples. How about flying American from Charlotte to Fort Myers, where booking for 1 passenger will set you back $422 this fall? But search the exact same route for 2, and the ticket price drops to $266 a piece, or even less for basic economy. So you're like paying 2 people is almost like the same price as 1 sometimes because of this solo traveler, I guess, punishment penalty that a lot of these people are facing. Flights from Chicago to Asheville are even worse. $223 for 1 passenger, or less than $207 for 2 passengers total. So 1 person, and I'm looking at the actual balance here from the purchase. 1 person by themselves, $223. 2 people, total cost $206. 2 people is cheaper than 1 person. The 1 person is getting penalized that much more for this. It's a major change in how airlines price flights.
Does that mean a fat person who has to buy 2 tickets gets a discount?
Yeah, I would think so, right? It says typically it's the opposite. The more tickets, you may wind up with higher fares. And doesn't that kind of make sense? Because let's say C-Lane wants to fly, and C-Lane's got his family. He's got him and his wife and his lovely son, Jackson. All right? And C-Lane is going to travel. Now, if C-Lane wants 3 seats in a row, wouldn't you argue that that's a little more inconvenient for the airline to put 3 seats in a row? That should be maybe a little more expensive for you to lock those 3 in than the 1 person who's like, I'll sit wherever. Possibly wherever. I'll go wherever on the plane. I think the 1 person is more convenient.
This sounds like a class action lawsuit.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if
they're breaking the law.
They're not? I mean, we'd have to ask Mo about
if everyone's doing it, then I guess not.
This says U.S. airlines are quietly hitting solo and biz travelers with higher fares. And Thrifty Traveler discovered that this was much more expensive for somebody to fly solo than with somebody else with them. It's just more pricey for them to do this. But I ask you, is it fair to punish people who fly alone? Should their costs be more for some reason?
I don't think that. I think that Moses would argue that being a single person or a person by themselves is not a protected class.
It's not. No, I wouldn't think so. Not being solo. This says you can see in the fine print below each fare exactly how United is doing this by opening up different fare buckets based on how many passengers you're booking for. So when you're searching for one passenger, the lowest economy price is a Q economy fare. That's their discount coach. By searching for multiple travelers, you can pull in an even cheaper S-class fare, which is a deep discount coach ticket. It's not a glitch. It's in their rules. They actually say you must be accompanied on all sectors in the same compartment by at least one adult. So they're treating you better if you are with somebody else. And you solo folks are paying a lot more for your tickets. I want to know what you think about that. Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Let's see what we got here real quick. Let's work in a couple of dispatches, and we go over here to see what's going on with the dispatch world. And we've got our friend Dr. Rob talking about American kids. Let's see what Dr. Rob says.
Good afternoon, junkies.
Hey.
Coming into Orlando right now. My wife and I are absolutely dying every time Sean mentions the American kids. They're all American kids. American is not a race. Congratulations to the Indian Americans who are kicking our Caucasian asses collectively in spelling that we're too stupid to spell. Cocaine.
You bring up Caucasian in the mix of talking about, we're all Americans. Here's the point. These are folks who are historically from India, right? And they're new immigrants to this country. So when I look at them all up on the stage, it's not that they're Indian Americans, which is like brand new for a lot of them. That's not the reason. That has nothing to do with why they're on the stage at the spelling bee. It's because they're Indian. It's because of their Indian heritage and culturally what that means in their families and how hard they work. And that's why you refer to them that way. They say, look, these are folks who are, if it was the Olympics, would they be Indian Americans? Maybe. Or maybe they'd just be fighting for India. Maybe they'd just be on their side and they'd be dominating the whole world. That's how it goes. And you just find more cultural push in that direction from young Indian kids with their parents and Asian kids and all these people in different regions of the world. They sometimes migrate to America, sometimes not, but they just have better culture in terms of how the parents push the kids and what they expect from them. And yes, I think it's better. I think it's better to be pushed that far than to not be able to read, than to be some dumb kid who can't read or write. You're useless in the world if that's your case. It sucks. Might not even be your fault, but you're kind of useless in the world. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. And when you do, you'll land on the website. You'll see where you can record a dispatch. Video dispatches are great. We want to see your face. We want to see what's going on where you are in your world. And honestly, they just end up sounding better. But if you want to send an audio dispatch, that is fine as well. Do it all over the website, thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we return, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? We have to say goodbye to one of the stars from Big Trouble in Little China, who is Big Dead in Little Heaven. If you've been yearning for a slurping of Sydney Sweeney's bathwater, do I have some good news for you, you freak? Plus, we finally get to see The Day the Clown Cried, a lost film with Jerry Lee Lewis, clowns, and Nazis. Oh boy. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell Angel is listening to tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we're gearing up for another day of wet weather. Showers and storms will be a little earlier to arrive today. We could see another round of strong storms with heavy rainfall, gusty winds, and hail. We're going to be expecting these all the way through the afternoon before we see a brief lull throughout the overnight. But by very early tomorrow morning, likely through the pre-dawn hours, we begin to see a cold front push through. That's going to bring with it a higher chance of showers and storms with potentially heavier rain. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Featuring Gravedigger, Sparkle Smash, and more. Coming to Kia Center August 2nd and 3rd. Brought to you by BKD Tires, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan. Lock in your seats today.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change out.
Hello. Hey, why did nobody tell me? Huh? Why did nobody tell me that school cam is an absolute disaster right now? It's, Jesus. Okay. All right, hang on. Sorry you're so close. Sorry you're so close. Okay. All right, okay. Okay. All right. Okay, got it? I'm over here. Come over here. You follow me? Is that better? It was pointing at the goddamn sky. Because you ban us? I'm not going to ban you for that. That's fine. Is this better? It was pointed up at the sky. It was like on an angle like this. It was catastrophic. Three minutes. What's the disaster seem fine to me? Skull cam was high as a kite. It was like, it was off the back of the thing that it's balanced on. Is it one of those $30 Weiss cameras? No. No, it's a nice camera. What are you talking about? Hopefully this is better though, because it was just like pointed at the sky. And I'm not going to ban you for telling me something's off. Tell me when like the audio's off or anything I can fix. Perfectly clear, good, Sean, says Tanya. Angie says, I'm with you, Tanya. I don't understand them. I don't know. People are crazy. What do you want? Somebody sent in a dispatch, and I'm not going to play it, but it's like, how is he not into The Last of Us Season 2, but he's into Butt Boy? My point about The Last of Us Season 2 has nothing to do with gay characters or anything that was happening with that. I really don't care. I think there was some cringe with that. Like, I know it was supposed to be kind of a joke, but when the one girl gets pregnant and Ellie or whatever is like, I'm gonna be a dad, and all the memes that came from that, I don't care about that. It just wasn't targeting me anymore. Everything in life that you create is about demographics, including this show. This show is targeted to people who are between the ages, usually, of 25 and 54. Some people on either side of that will still like it. Some men will like it. Some women will like it. More men than women. But you target people with demographics. And eventually, that show just wasn't targeting me anymore. It's nothing to do with anything else. I think it's not, it doesn't seem like it's doing as well. All right, here we go. Time for the next episode. Coming back.
our children, talking openly about challenges and what has helped us overcome them. Dare to share your story and join teens, caregivers, celebrities, and others who are offering words of support to those who may be battling mental health issues. Visit childmind.org today and dare to share.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
a moment with Sabrina. We'll talk about what's happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And if you're looking for some excitement this weekend, if you're looking to get all caught up with the show, you can do that with the podcast. It's free and it's available. You see all the links. Listen on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, friend, it's time. Let's do this together. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Chicken.
Nothing.
Nailed it.
It's
Not
time
bad.
for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Dawn, thatmortgageguydon.com, and of course the Home Loans Radio Show. Best thing about That Mortgage Guy Dawn, and I hope you're sitting down, he has your best interest in mind.
True.
When it comes to big life decisions, refinancing, buying your first dream home, HELOCs, reverse mortgages, expanding your business or franchise, or maybe starting your very first business or franchise. Work with someone you could trust, someone who has your back, and that's That Mortgage Guy Dawn.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Dawn.com.
Nailed it.
Very exciting things on this day. 17 years ago, 2008, a fire, y'all. A big old fire at a backlot of Universal Studios Hollywood destroyed several icons from movies.
Great Balls of Fire?
Oh,
Back to the Future?
No. How'd you know?
Yeah, the set, right? The town hall?
Back to the Future is right. Courthouse Square, the clock tower from Back to the Future, and the King Kong exhibit on the studio tour.
When was this fire?
2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that I think Pleasantville used that set too. I know a lot of movies use that set.
Like
but
once it was burnt?
No.
Oh.
Are you talking about Sealand where the clock tower is and all that stuff on the Universal lot? Like where it's very Back to the Future-y around there?
Yeah.
This is in Hollywood.
Okay. Yeah, that's where the set is, where they film stuff. So, and Hollywood at their Universal Studios, they have a tour that goes around all these movie and TV show sets where they film stuff, and they still have a bunch of them out there. Yeah. And they actually have like a lot of the stuff from Back to the Future, which is kind of cool. But I guess some of it burned down.
Yeah, no fire extinguishers. Also, 11 years ago today, 2014, this song right here, and I guess its accompanying video, became the first to reach 2 billion views on YouTube. Guess.
Don't take the girl.
3, 2, 1. No. 3, 2, 1. C-Lane. What do you think it is?
What kind of song is it?
2 billion views. It's a song. 11 years ago.
It's the one where the guy goes like this. Yeah, what's it?
You're on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys know that in South Korea there is a very large statue commemorating that song?
Is there?
In Seoul, I think it's in Seoul, and it's like 2 hands doing this, and it's a giant, like, gold-colored, it's not made of gold.
Good for him.
Statue for old Psy.
Did you know that in Little China there was big trouble?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to one of the stars of that film who is dead.
Thought for sure it'd be a different guy.
What do you mean?
There's one guy from Big Trouble in Little China is like 96. Guy is still kicking. He's been acting since the 50s.
Not
See,
that
are you
one.
serious?
This is Peter Wong.
Yeah.
Is this real?
That is absolutely real.
The Gangnam Style thing is massive.
It's huge.
I also wouldn't know that was.
No, but that's
dedicated
like
to
the
him.
hand thing. Yeah, it's like the hands that you make in front of you, like you're riding a horse. It's giant hands that are so big you can walk underneath them.
Pretty cool.
In South Korea. All right,
It says
go ahead.
Gangnam Style down the side of it.
Well, now Peter Wong is a martial artist and an actor who is now in the hands of God.
All right.
Because he has passed away
Rip.
at 73 years old, died in his sleep overnight versus a nap during the day death. His agent, Theo Cesar, confirmed the death and noted his client was a, quote, great guy, end quote.
That's it, buddy?
That's it. He
He's a
starred
great
in or one of the stars.
What an obit.
Big Trouble in Little China, 1986, fantastic movie. He portrayed Rain, one of the three storms, and I guess this storm is over. And also full circle with the Golden Hands. He appeared in The Golden Child, which co-starred Eddie Murphy.
That was a good movie.
Private detective.
Great guy.
Great guy, end quote. Also, did you know this? I don't know why it's coming out now, but according to reports, Victoria Beckham, also known as 321.
Posh Spice.
That is correct. Sean, you're on fire.
I know what I'm doing.
Posh, more like wedding ruiner Spice.
That's got her.
Victoria Beckham kind of ruined her son Brooklyn's wedding and did one of these. Brooklyn married Nicola Peltz in 2022, and a source close to Nicola's family says Victoria stole the first dance from her and left her in tears.
Damn. Brutal move.
There's a way it goes in the tradition of weddings and all, as an officiant, of course.
Cutting in is a thing. Like, if the couple is dancing, somebody could maybe cut in, but that seems like bad timing.
Yeah, especially when Mark Anthony is the one performing the big moment.
Ooh.
Wow. To me. He asked Brooklyn to come up, but then instead of inviting Nicola, I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name, I know she loves this show, to dance with him, he said, the most beautiful woman in the room tonight, come up, Victoria Beckham.
Damn. That, what are you thinking?
Witnesses supposedly saw the bride run from the room crying. Nicola felt like Victoria did this on purpose when she knew it was a pre-planned romantic dance meant for Brooklyn and, of course, his new wife.
Yikes.
What she couldn't understand was why. The shock was palpable, deeply hurtful. Unfortunately, this wasn't a one-off. It's a pattern that still happens to this day.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that reunion.
There are a lot of moms like that. There are a lot of moms that are very much like, they will get competitive with the people that their son date.
Yeah, big time.
That's
It's a weird son thing.
Yeah.
And on the opposite side, you have like the tradition of like the father giving away his daughter to the man, saying you can make love to her now.
Here you go.
After this.
Have at her, ravish
He's been
her,
a virgin
son.
this whole time.
But I find a lot of the young sons whose moms are in this position where they'll like do that stuff and be competitive with their partners. I find that a lot of the sons seem to like it.
Yeah, that's called mommy issues.
Yeah, they want all that mom attention.
Isn't there a
And even if
reality
like-
show about this?
Yes, and I just
Is
saw
there?
it was like 90 Day Fiance or Love at First Sight, in which the mom was so attached to the son, he had to sit her down and be like, you can't come to the honeymoon.
That's weird.
Because she was dead set on being there at the honeymoon.
I don't get that. That's very weird. I don't know if it's like a protective thing. I don't know. That's strange.
Very strange. Is it as strange, though, as Dr. Squash? Have you ever heard of the doctor?
This is the
Dr.
first.
Squash? He's ready to bring some people's fantasies to life. A limited edition soap infused with Sydney Sweeney's bathwater.
Oh, yeah. I saw Mr. Beast was trying to buy this for people or something, or saying he wasn't going to buy people.
What?
Mr. Beast was like, hey, somebody was asking Mr. Beast to purchase the Sydney Sweeney bath soap.
Yeah, Sydney's bathwater bliss, to be exact, and it smells like pine, Douglas fir, earthy moss, and as Dr. Squatch describes it, morning wood. Boners.
Oh, here. Mr. Beast, can you please buy me the Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap, pretty please? He says, stop asking. I'm
How
not buying you
expensive is
guys
it?
her bathwater. It says 5,000 bars, but it doesn't say how much they cost.
I heard $8.
Yeah, limited supply
$8?
for $8 each online, starting on June 6th, or you can enter a raffle and be one of 100 lucky winners to get all up in that bath soap. And if you say a bad word, you can put it right in your mouth.
It looks like a rock. Like the soap does not look like good soap to me.
That's your standard bar of soap, is it not?
Also, I don't want anybody's. This is disgusting. I just want good soap.
What if she
I want
pee-peed in
good. Probably. I want good, clean soap, and I don't want it to be anybody else's bathwater. You weirdos.
Sydney Sweeney said, "Fans always joke about wanting my bathwater." Same, girl. I was like, this is just such a cool way to have a conversation about hygiene, like with the audience, and give them what they want, but also hopefully encourage them to take care of themselves in a healthy way.
Like, my fans are such grotesque losers that the only way my fans will take a shower is if I make soap with my bathwater that sexually excites them and it encourages them to wash their genitals for the first time in 2025.
I mean, that's one way to do it. Or if you want to wash yourself in some orange soda, because who loves orange soda?
Everybody.
Kel loves orange soda. Jesus
Kel?
Christ.
Oh, it's from the Keenan and Kel.
Yeah, Keenan and Kel. And I can't believe it hasn't happened already, but here we are. Keenan and Kel, star Kel, says he's planning to launch his own orange soda brand very soon. Of course.
Waited a little bit for that, didn't you, Kel?
We're going on, 30 years since that show? No. No. It didn't come out when I was 5. It's at least 20 years old.
It's old. Yeah. I mean, and this is an even older thing in the black community.
I'm pretty sure Keenan's been on SNL for like 20 years.
We saw Keenan and Kel because that was his whole thing with Good Burger. He loved
black people. Black people have liked orange soda as long as orange soda has been around.
Yeah, but this is particularly with Keenan and Kel.
I know, but that's why it's smart. That's why it's smart marketing. That's like an incredibly smart move that he should have done a long time ago, honestly.
Reoccurring storyline, as they say. 46-year-old Mitchell hopes to make a business out of it. Sharing the news during an appearance at 90s Con in Connecticut, Mitchell told fans he aspires to make a healthier alternative. I can't have kids out here just drinking fructose and sugar. You know what I mean? We've been working on it. So congratulations. Looking forward to sipping on that orange soda.
Who loves orange soda?
We got a boob tube, and that includes the 7th season premiere of Mama June from Not to Hot. To what? What was the last thing? Didn't she just go to the hospital for something?
I don't know. It's always been drama. It's been a mess in her life for a while.
Should be drama, June.
Speaking of drama, Bono, Stories of Surrender on Apple TV+. Stand-up special, Ricky Smiley, Foolish. We have the series premiere of Duck Dynasty, The Revival, without Robert, because he died. I'm sorry. The premiere of The Mortician, starring Robert, because he just died. And The Walking Dead, Dead City, Season 2. Robert? I thought it was Robert Phil Robertson.
Robert Philbertson.
Have a great weekend. I love you. Follow your dreams. I'm on Instagram, @SabrinaAmbra. And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Robert Philbertson.
That's a fun name.
Phil Robertson was that guy. Yeah,
My bad. Didn't watch the show.
Yeah, it was huge. You might have been, I don't know if it was an age thing. I don't know. Maybe you just don't like.
I didn't have cable.
Maybe you didn't like the cable shows with the duck guys.
Didn't have cable to watch them.
For a while, it was really, really, really big. Going back to Kel's orange soda, what is the preeminent orange soda brand? Is it Crush? Is Crush the number one in that territory?
Yeah.
Fanta, maybe?
Fanta's big. I know Fanta's very big.
That's for the Latinos.
I'm trying to think of what I have in my fridge right now, because I do have a thing of orange soda.
Fanta is one that a lot of people don't understand because, like Sabrina said, that has been a huge Hispanic thing. Like, and all sorts of sodas like that have been really big outside of the United States in some cases. And then over here, like they're slower to catch on. In fact, now we have a ton of them. Like, what was the big Shark Tank one? Is it Poppy or it's like a soda brand? But I thought it was Poppy, but I might be wrong. Anyhow, there's
like the healthier soda.
Yeah, it's just like not one of the. Well, it used to be not one of the major corporations, and Crush was the good stuff.
POPPI.
Yeah, I like that stuff back in the day. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it is Friday, so that means This Week in Florida is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Bill Radio wants to make your dream home makeover a reality. Enter today for your chance to upgrade your home in several different ways. All brought to you by Fairwinds Credit Union. Get the details at realradio.fm/contests.
All lanes are blocked on Colonial Drive eastbound at Pine Hills Road. There's a crash, slowing down traffic on State Road 408 westbound before Orange Avenue. Look out for an accident reported on Dixon Road at Markham Woods Circle. The roadways might be wet out there in your area, so travel with caution this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Planning a trip to Orlando? Don't forget to visit Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. With its legendary beach vibes, sunny shores, and entertainment options, Cocoa Beach is a must-see on your to-do list. Ride the waves, stroll the iconic pier, watch a beautiful sunset, or just kick back.
Go, Mike. Giovanni is exactly right. Fago. Fago is another big one. Gotta love the world of Fago. I've only had like 2 flavors, I think, of Fago. And it tastes like knockoff grocery store soda. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Still not bad. Like, what's the Dr. Pepper knockoff? Winn-Dixie has a bunch of these. Pibb? Dr. Pibb? No, that's not it. No, there's a lot of those. A lot of those knockoffs that are actually pretty good. 4 minutes. Jason, MFQ, I was banned for a joke. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Make yourself comfortable. I want to ask you a question, chat. Question for you. I was thinking watching the 50th or something of Survivor is underway right now, and they've got the guy who created White Lotus, Mike something. The creator of White Lotus is going to be back on Survivor, and a bunch of the other Survivor stars are back. And I really, even though I've been a Survivor fan and a reality TV show fan, I feel like reality TV is just dead. It's going to be dead for like a couple of decades, and then maybe it'll see some sort of revival. I find like the fish tank reality live stream to be more relevant than a lot of the reality shows now. Bachelor Universe, dead. Done with. Survivor, dead. Done with. Same thing over and over and over again. I think it's done. Weed Consumer says, I feel like that too. I think it's really just on its last days. It popped off in the late 90s and the 2000s, and it's had its time for a quarter of a century. Reality TV has been everything. But then we tried all the things. And I think now it's time for it to die for a little while. We'll go in a couple other directions, and then we'll revisit this show eventually. Oh, Sunkissed too. Sunkissed is good. This is the new reality TV, says Eric. Welcome. Welcome to the program. Welcome inside the studio. Do you have any questions for Mr. Predicto? RC Cola is the best cola out there. I definitely prefer Skull Mike TV. Well, thank you, Tony. Psycho Sean. Is that the name of this show? I remember all the sodas. Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb was big for me for a while. I was a Mountain Dew kid. That's why my balls are so messed up. 1 minute. That's why I have 7 balls. We get full body Wasson. Yeah, I think reality TV show is toast for at least a little while. I wish it wasn't. I love it, man. I gotta watch all that stuff. We're coming back with This Week in Florida. I'll ask Mr. Predicto questions next break.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
And all the good, the bad, the ugly out of Florida in just a moment here on the show. Hello to all of you, no matter where you are listening today, no matter where you're watching. We appreciate you being part of this show and hanging out with us each day on the program. Learn more, go to thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, I did see this thing where they just cut away from Biden speaking on CNN.
No,
so
what happened? Come on, man.
I want to see. I think he threatened to beat somebody up.
Oh, awesome. I would pay to see that fight. Subscribed.
Me too. I would pay to see that. Well, we'll go to that audio in a bit here. But first, let's go into this. C-Lane, are you ready?
Yeah.
Aye, aye, Captain.
That didn't seem very confident, if I'm honest with you.
Ready, Sean.
Because I see all the papers there. I see you're ready to go. You're prepped.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Let's put them in order.
All right, let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State, see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And I have bad news for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're getting a visitor here in Florida.
Well, that could be good or bad. Why is it bad?
The termites?
Well, see, I plan on spending a little bit of time on the coast tomorrow.
Oh, fun.
However, there is a massive plume of Saharan dust.
Oh, God.
Making its way across the Atlantic.
Really?
And to our friendly shores. Saharan dust is headed towards Florida and could be seen over the state by this weekend, according to radar.
Is that plus rain, or we're just getting dust all up in our nostrils?
I think that does the dust kind of
bring dryness?
I thought so.
Yeah. It's like we get all of the stuff.
There's a chance for rain tomorrow too, so I don't know if I'm getting rain or dust.
It's crazy how it all comes from Africa. Like the storms start off the coast of Africa, but also do these things where it whips up the desert sand. And then it dries us out completely. It's wild to think about that. There you go.
According to computer models, after an initial dust wave, a larger and denser plume could be seen in Florida by the middle of next week and over South Texas on Monday. It was already seen in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands this week. The National Weather Service in San Juan reported on Tuesday. Dust impacts included reduced visibility, hazy skies, And more dust forecast to move in Saturday and linger through at least Tuesday. So,
Do you have to?
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's not fun for me.
I have to let it linger.
Well, maybe it's good, like exfoliation for you.
I don't want to exfoliate.
I'm just trying to glass half full for a second.
Speaking of glass half full.
Thank you.
In Jacksonville, some good news question mark for a few people.
Do I need to write a good news report from our friend Frankie McDonald?
No, it's not that good of a news.
Okay.
Damn, brutal.
There's this hourly airport garage by the airport by JIA.
It's shocking that they would locate it there.
What do you mean?
The hourly airport garage?
Airport.
And it burned down. It burned down.
Oh,
torching. Like if you see the pictures of it, all the cars inside are just useless.
Oh, yeah.
But the Jacksonville Aviation Authority announced that it's making progress inside the burnt hourly garage and says some car owners might be able to come pick up their cars soon.
Oh man, this is a nightmare. Look, okay.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, the whole thing is like, I don't want to say roped off because it's got the caution tape, but yeah,
off. But
all those cars are stuck in the parking garage.
But go down further where you see the cars that are just little paw-sized pets. You got nothing, do you?
Oh,
not this one.
Damn it.
All right.
I'll find more.
They've established a collapse zone. Only authorized personnel are able to access the garage because of safety concerns.
Oh,
but they're
crazy.
like, hey, these people, you might be able to come get your cars in a little bit. Look at this thing. You don't want those cars.
No, these are all covered in soot and stuff from the fire. I don't even know if they work anymore.
And speaking of coverage, I imagine hopefully most car insurance covers stuff like this.
Well,
or is that a hefty settlement from the hourly airport garage?
There would have to be some money coming from the airport
No
garage.
question.
I would think there might be a disclaimer there. We'd have to ask Moses about that. Down in Miami, they're looking for a criminal. I don't know about like career criminal, but they're looking for this guy who said he was caught on camera knocking a tray out of a waiter's hand, sending food all over the floor at a restaurant along the Miami River.
I saw this. Did you guys see this?
I did not.
There's video of it?
Yeah. I'll get it. The guy's such a jackass.
Luis Garcia, owner of Garcia's Seafood Grill and Fish Market, said his first response was anger. He was outraged after his cameras captured the man deliberately slapping a tray with more than a half dozen plates full of food out of the hands of one of the servers. Is this the video here?
Yeah. Watch this. It's so brutal. Like there's a server with 2 hands full of trays, and on each of the trays is tons of plates, and the server is the server's on the edge of what they can handle walking with it.
Anyone in the food service industry or have had time there, like to have a tray like that takes skill and time and complete and utter balance.
And he's just
for this
cruising.
guy to ruin this.
This says Grumpy Diner's tray flip sparks outrage, and so you see him go out.
Oh my God!
He just grabs the edge for no reason.
I mean,
are you
it
sure
grumpy?
this guy was grumpy or he was just a
That's
dick?
impulse.
Like this
that is
guy,
intrusive thoughts come into real life.
There is no reason for him to knock over this dude's. He just walks by and just grabs it. I'll put it on See It Now. Oh, God.
It says when he was approached, he got aggressive. Days have passed since the disturbance for Garcia's Diners. He said he's worried the person may have been mentally struggling with something more. Since the incident, though, several people have called in to tip the server, and anyone who recognizes the man in the video is asked to call Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers. Back to Jacksonville, where this guy...
Duval?
Back to Duval. Duval's winning the prize today, I think. There was a man who police are looking for. They say he stole a ferret from a pet store. Google the stolen ferret, Jacksonville.
Okay.
Because the guy has quite the mustache. I mean, they're looking for this man, I think. He doesn't seem like he'll be hard to find. They say the incident report describes the man as having a unique long mustache and wearing blue Under Armour cutoff shirt and Navy logo shorts. He hid the ferret, the ferret, excuse me, in his pants.
Oh.
Okay.
And the report notes that the man fondles the ferret for quite some time.
The video shown.
I've got a report here, I think, that has this. You want to see what's going on?
Grab it real quick.
Here it is.
The pet store is searching for a man they say stole an animal worth hundreds of dollars. Surveillance video shows the man appearing to play with a ferret at a Petland on Beach Boulevard. Sydney Deshawn reports on what happens next immediately following this clip.
This is Ferguson, one of the store's remaining ferrets, who's been missing his playmate Stella ever since. Staff members say this all after a man managed to steal her in broad daylight. I was pretty shocked.
All right, I want to see this, guys. Is it a mugshot that I'm looking for?
No, it's just the surveillance footage. But when they get when they get his face, look at that guy.
Oh yeah,
that guy has got a pants full of ferret, and that mustache is chef's kiss.
Look at that. All right.
So they're
that's not a. Is that a handlebar?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe.
Is it going down to the neck though?
It looks like it could go under the chin. Probably isn't, but it just looks like it.
It's a mustache.
$650 for a ferret?
It's a mustache, and then the sides go down, and they're very, very large. That's what we're looking at here. Yeah. $650 for a ferret is way overpriced. I can get them way cheaper than that.
And also, this lady that's holding the other ferret, it's like, it's missing its friend. Mm-hmm. Do you know why you're at the pet store? To get sold. You're going to be missing your friend eventually.
This lady has a real
Ferguson.
She's got a real idealized version of what happens with ferrets.
This is not a hotel, this pet land. This is a pet sales to $650 ferret.
And they're so
crazy.
Stinky. It's so cute.
I had a friend with ferrets in elementary school.
Ferret friend.
I don't remember them being stinky, but
I
also,
do.
if you had told me those things cost $650, I'd have been like, for what?
Well,
my dog cost $100, and she's lovable. She cuddles.
Ferrets have such personalities.
Do they?
A ferret is not stinky because of anything other than the person and like the way they're keeping their cages. And most people just do it like a hamster.
You hear that, Joey?
Aren't they illegal in some states? Like California, I think you can't have a pet ferret.
Yeah, because you get a bunch of weird white people walking them on the streets and stuff. It's odd. It's very bizarre.
They have like ferret leashes?
Yeah, yes. And the ferrets don't want this. Ferrets don't want this. It's weird.
There's a plastic surgeon in Pinellas County who's having a little bit of trouble getting himself an attorney. Tomasz Kosowski, he's 46 years old. He told a judge during a brief status hearing Wednesday he had still not hired an attorney nearly a month after his defense team withdrew from the case. No one is willing to help, Kosowski told Judge Joseph Ballone.
Shocker.
Kosowski also told Baloney, I hope it's Ballone. Gosh, Judge Baloney would just be an incredible name. That better than Judge Wanker that we heard from earlier this week. That he and his mother don't have the money to hire a private attorney. Ballone said, well, maybe I should appoint a public defender. Standing at a lectern dressed in orange jail clothes, Kosowski shrugged. He asked if he wanted to represent himself or appoint a public defender. He said he did not want to represent himself. And so they found this public defender who is probably not very excited to represent the man.
I'm sure.
Because he's facing the death penalty if convicted for the murder of his previous attorney that he killed and I think tried to hide the body.
So, is that illegal?
It is, yes. And that's why it's been really hard to get somebody to stand up for this guy. Now, you do have the right to an attorney. But, I don't think they could take that away. But if there's anybody that should have it taken away from,
that's the person.
This attorney killer.
By the way, real quick, Disgruntled Paladin says ferrets are stinky because they have a natural musk, even though their musk gland is removed, not because of how they're kept. The ones that I have experience with, let me tell you, this might be anecdotally, but they were stinky because of how they were kept. They in their cage was where all the smell was coming from for these ones.
Back to it's cool. Over to Panama City. There is a man, a charter boat captain, I think. We've had those in the news this year. This is a different one than you're thinking of. But Zachary Brandon Barfield, 31 years old, he's been sentenced to 30 days in prison over shooting dolphins from his boat.
Why?
With a shotgun in front of kids, I think.
Why?
He's shot bottlenose dolphins and fed them.
That's so messed up.
Poisoned bait fish. After federal prosecutors in Florida said he grew frustrated with the federally protected species eating snapper caught by his clients.
What?
So he's a fisher, like he does these fishing charters, and he wants his clients to be able to catch the snapper, but the dolphins are eating them. So blowing the dolphins away.
Maybe I'm a weirdo here, but my reaction would not be to shoot the dolphins ever, first of all.
Weirdo.
But if I was out on a charter and I paid for it, and when I was reeling in my fish, a dolphin ate it, I would pay more.
Right.
I would go, I got to see a dolphin while I'm out here. This is really cool. I'd be more excited.
In hurting the dolphins, Barfield also harmed the Gulf of Mexico's waters. TampaBay.com.
What'd you just say?
I know. By polluting the ecosystem with methamil, the pesticide he used to poison the marine mammals for months. This guy really has it out for dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
In a statement, it said that Barfield, a longtime charter and commercial fishing captain, knew the regulations protecting dolphins, yet he killed them anyway, once in front of children. And I think I read somewhere elementary school children. So not a good day for those kids. And last but not least, in this one, there's something about this story that screams Sabrina to me.
All right.
Sabrina.
I think you'll know why when I get to the fun part.
I'm ready.
But a Florida tiki boat crew turned into heroes. They turned into heroes during a cruise last Saturday. Video shows the dramatic rescue after a bleeding man ended up in the water in front of TT's Tiki Bar in Punta Gorda.
Is that the part?
No, that wasn't it. That's just a bonus, Sabrina.
Thank you.
Cole Kelly, who operates Tiki Boats as a charter manager for Punta Gorda Adventures, was running one of his normal cruises when he spotted a man struggling to stay afloat. As we got closer, we saw the commotion on shore, and it was apparent he was bleeding really badly. Once I pulled him up, I could truly see the severity of his injuries. This man was bleeding from head to toe. He had a terrible wound on his hand.
Yikes.
Police said the man had jumped a railing into the water and smashed into rocks on the shoreline on the way down. He wasn't very talkative at all. He wasn't very coherent either. He was very intoxicated. With the help of passengers on board, they threw the life ring towards the injured man, pulled him to safety. They had a first aid kit, so they said, we're going to help him out. We're going to bandage him up a little bit.
Waiting for the part.
And the man got up and did karaoke because he said he wanted to have his very own Florida man moment. He wiped the blood away. It doesn't say what song he sang. I know.
Why do they leave that out of every one of these stories, and it literally is the most important thing.
Every reporter that listens, this is an extremely important part of stories like this. Get the song.
Says the man was drinking and jumped to try and impress his friends. The show must go on, says the captain of the boat. I scrubbed the blood off, and we sang some awesome karaoke and had a phenomenal sunset.
Thank you for thinking.
That's it, friends, for this week in Florida.
Thank you, Sea Lane. What a time. What a time.
What do you think it was? Guess the song.
Fark says My Way.
Maybe.
Margaritaville.
I don't know, but song selection is really important in that moment, isn't it? Like, you have to think about all of the things that have happened in your story.
I keep bleeding.
See, that'd be great. Yeah, I would be singing along with that person. I'd be good with it. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We got to see what's going on out there. I still can't believe somebody hates a dolphin that much. More than the Japanese on South Park, even. I am so amazed that anybody would hate a dolphin that much that they would shoot it.
Dolphin!
Oh, my God.
I know why they're angry. I know why those folks are angry. They got a whole backstory. But mostly, people don't have an excuse for that. Let us know what you think. Send your dispatches. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. In fact, we can work in one or two.
Yeah,
who's going to say we can't? Who's going to tell us we can't do it? Here we go. Over to Sir Kelvington. No, I'm not going to do that one. Well, here's Sir Kelvington.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
It's happy Friday. So first off, sorry about that lazy dispatch I sent earlier. I should put more time into it. And second of all, what is the file size max to send a video dispatch?
Oh, for a video dispatch? Good question. The file size, I don't know. I think there is a max file size. It might be like 150 meg or something, but I honestly don't know. I'll ask. I'll ask the people.
I'm going to send you a whole movie.
I'm still trying to get them to just make it so when people record on the web, their dispatch quality is better. I'm still trying to just figure that out, but I'll also check that too. And I'll tell you this, I don't know if there's a limit if you're uploading. A lot of people don't know this. You can record, do video, do whatever you want. If you go to thenewsjunkie.com/dispatch, there's not only audio, image, or video dispatches, there's also file. And then you can click that and attach whatever file you want if you want to do that over on
boobs.
thenewsjunkie.com. And all the types of dispatches are right there. We've had some shirtless video dispatches. You don't have to keep that theme going. Do not feel the pressure, all right? Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into more of those. We'll work in a couple of emails, like this one. Beers, it says, to tipsinthenewsjunkie.com. I missed the beginning of the show. The hopefully clickbait title on YouTube says it's somebody's last day. Whose last day is it?
Oh,
Says
you still
Beers.
haven't done that. I forgot.
We talked about that at the beginning.
Oh,
we went
Elon,
over that.
duh.
Yeah, no, it's just, you're ruining it for me.
Oh,
Beers,
sorry.
we'll never tell you who it is. You'll have to go back and listen to that, friend. Okay? Go check that out.
Sorry.
Okay. When we come back, we got a bunch of things to go over, including those 11 parenting rules that have melted down the internet, caused a huge fight. I want to see what you think about that. Tons of comments coming in via email, so we'll get to those as well. It's all coming up next in the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways, clearing up a couple accidents here on Colonial Drive at Pine Hills Road, on State Road 408 westbound before Orange Avenue. Traffic starting to slow down on some of the major... Valvoline instant oil change, traffic tip line at 86.
Hello, Skull Mike. I'm coming, hang on. Hi. Hello. Hello, everybody. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's really easy to do. It's free, and that way you can get alerts about the show each day. Somebody said, is it going to rain every day? Ask Mr. Predicto. Mr. Predicto? Will it rain every day?
The signs say no.
No? Not every day. But many days. Courtney says she just got honked at out on the road. She takes way too much pride in that. I said unbelievable. Because that's my response to basically every text I get. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Hi, everybody. What do you got going on for your weekend? Any big plans, anybody? What are we doing? What's our big plans for this week? Oh, MFQ asked me the same question. Any plans this weekend? This weekend, full weekend of my leg working perfectly. So I think we're going to go out. We might go to a theme park, get some steps in and do some theme park action. And I think we got a bunch of restaurants on our list that we haven't tried out this weekend. Alicia says hurricane party in Sanford. Is that the ska show? Is that the ska show? Hurricane party in Sanford? Because I like the Mad Caddies. I'll tell you that. I like the Mad Caddies. I'm a fan. Everybody say happy birthday to Sports Johnson. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Cody. It's Cody's 40th birthday. Any other birthdays? We'll get them all out of the way now. Happy birthday, everybody. Dennis is going to the gym? Okay. Good for you. Happy birthday, everybody. All right, we're past the birthdays. How many parents are in chat right now? If you're a parent, have you felt judged by people online for your parenting? Because I think that's far too common online. And when we come back, we got to talk about this list where that's been happening to everybody. And there's huge fights over it online. Mr. Predicto, will Tommy hit the subscribe button? Will he?
Highly doubtful.
Well, fuck Fuck you, buddy. Rude. Tanya says, I'm a parent. I got more kids than anybody in here. How many, Tanya? We talking 4? We talking 5? 6? 7? 20? Good God. Also, we're going to get to that Biden audio that I teased. We'll see what Biden said. Online, no, I only parent offline. Tanya says 9. 9 kids, his, mine, and ours. Damn, that's impressive. When you have that many kids in your orbit, you must be a good mom. Although I would have heard about it. There's too many witnesses. Free Beer says, I don't think I've ever put my parenting online to be commented on. That's a good move. But you just try to put small things online, like giving your kid a treat or something, and everybody will be like, well, actually, that has red dye number 5, and fuck you. Two minutes. Alicia says, I have 0. This past week would have been my mama's 119th birthday. Was she 118? Or have you just been celebrating this for like 30 years? 119th birthday? Or do you just... I have questions. What's a mama? Like a meemaw? Like a grandma? I think. I'm batting 1,000, says Simply Jeremy. I've heard of a meemaw. Meemaw, mama. Everybody has different names for their grandparents, don't they? Nona, Pipa, Mama Two, right? All these kind of names. But 100 and how old did she say? It's too far ago now. My grandma turned 101 last Saturday, and she's still going. Good for you.
Let's do a timer.
All right, hang on. Oh, we don't need any 8s. I don't know if we have enough time here, do we? All we need is 14 and 15.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
Honestly, to learn more about the show, go to the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. New secret show for those of you who are subscribers coming up a bit later this afternoon, before 5 p.m.-ish. It should be up on Fridays for you to get it. And go check out what's available for secret show subscribers at thenewsjunkie.com. If they do a movie or a TV series or anything about this show, I think that I want Netflix to do it, and there's a very particular reason why.
It seems that they are really, really generous when it comes to casting. Over at Netflix.
Oh,
okay.
right.
And like, for instance, they're about to do, you guys know who Sam Bankman-Fried is, right? You guys know
yeah, the crypto bro.
The crypto guy who was like involved in scamming or something. And then
That's not
him,
Farmadouche.
No. He was the autistic like crypto dude who was mega rich, mega rich, and all lit up with cash. And he had like arenas that were named after his company and all this stuff. And then his girlfriend, who was Caroline Ellison, she was also featured in the trial. And they've just cast the people who are going to play their parts. And Julia Garner is going to be playing Carolyn Ellison. And I got to tell you, that is some of the most generous casting I've seen.
Can we do a side-by-side? Whoa, okay, there we are. All right.
I mean, this person right here, I'm sure she is...
They want people to watch the show.
I'm sure she's nice. This person, this is who you cast as...
That's what I thought immediately with Good American Family. And that was the scripted series for Natalia Grace story.
Yeah.
Yep. The mom and dad got great casting.
They were generous to him, huh?
I cannot say the same for Natalia Grace.
Yeah. Well, what's the pool we're dipping into here? Like,
look up the comparisons for that and she's a great actress. And
is she a little person or no?
She is, and I think it has the same type of dwarfism as Natalia Grace.
Okay.
However,
so you're scared to say something real bad about this? Is that
she's just a nightmarish face versus Natalia Grace in real
Imogen
life.
Faith Reed.
Yeah.
All right.
But then we had Ellen Pompeo that played the mom, and then I can't.
By the way, real quick, I put the casting, the side-by-side of Carolyn Ellison and who's been cast to play her in this limited series.
That's the girl from
Ultras.
Ozark, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah. It's just, they are being very nice with the casting. Look at the side-by-side of the two of them over on the newsjunkie.com in the See It Now section. Now, who's this person I'm supposed to be looking up? What's her name?
Imogen, Imogen, Faith Reed, R-E-I-D.
Reed. She plays the role of, what's her name?
Natalia Grace.
Natalia Grace. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Are you saying they were generous to Natalia Grace?
No.
No?
I'm saying they were generous to the dad, the mom, and not Natalia Grace.
I think they were generous to Natalia Grace, too. 'Cause this is the girl who plays Natalia Grace. She looks nice. She's doing a great job.
Not in the TV show.
The
Her
TV
face
show
is a little creepy in the TV show.
The dad is the dad from the Creep series, which I love that guy. He is one of my favorite actors that nobody seems to really know. The Creep tapes. You guys know about the Creep tapes at all? Oh, I like this guy. The Creep tapes is Mark Duplass.
Oh, I love Mark Duplass.
He's great. He you might know him from the morning show.
The morning show, The League. I love, very, very big fan of Mark Duplass.
He's the producer of the morning show on that show. And he is in these Creep movies, which are, if you like like self-filmed horror movies like The Blair Witch or something, the Creep films are fun.
Oh, I've heard about this. I think I have it on DVD, the Creep tapes, right?
Yeah, you have to give it some time. The Creep tapes I didn't really like, but the Creep movies, there's a series of them. The Creep movies are good.
In Good American Family, is Mark Duplass playing the father that's crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, the one that gives just those unhinged interviews.
And they also gave him grace as far as the character itself, because I watched the entirety of the documentary, and the character on Good American Family, not the same.
See, okay, I don't like that. I don't like giving that guy grace. That guy's a lunatic.
Yeah, that's true. You should be kind.
Anybody fictionalizing that story, playing that guy, should play a lunatic.
Yeah, but to go back to what Sabrina said, they want people to watch it. They're not going to put a bunch of uggos in the roles when they think the people are bad.
That part's fine. Mark Duplass is not an uggo. He's a great actor, but they shouldn't be, holding this guy's hand as far as his personality.
Yeah. I see. I hear what you're saying. But Kev on YouTube says Creep 1 and 2 were an effing fun ride. Those are the Mark Duplass
Sean only
movies.
cares about creep, guys. He's this guy. He has a one-track mind, and that track is Creepsville.
I wanted to tell you because I didn't think you would probably expect this. In the Creep movies, Mark Duplass in one of the scenes fully naked. Really?
Now we talking.
Fully
Let's
naked.
see that.
And I remember when I was watching the movie, I go, well, I did not expect him to do full frontal nudity in a movie, but he did. Fully naked in one of the movies.
Look at my enormous
He was nude. I said, oh, okay. All right, that's surprising. Those are fun. They're low-budget movies, but I did like them. And that's the only thing I really want to talk about right now. Celine, what were you blabbing about? There was something you were yapping on about for a while?
I said the comparison of the characters. So the original one being, and it all kind of makes sense. And I feel like there's going to be people, maybe chatters or dispatchers listening right now.
Oh, the
There's
Sun is good
so
casting.
many examples.
The Sun's good, though, don't you think? That's pretty
Grace.
good casting.
Yeah, it was good. But then, did you guys watch Natalia Grace? Like when he got older with the long hair?
No, I only watched the actual docuseries ones, and then I felt like I knew so much about it. I didn't really need to see the dramatized version, even though I like the people
The
in it.
dramatized version was all right, but I watched season 2 of like Natalia Speaks now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
the drama's still
became
going on.
Too much.
Yeah,
and I from what I understand, the adoptive parents have now also been looked at, investigated for abuse.
One key common thing, one thread common in the Natalia Grace seasons is every family that is being in the position of dealing with her crap ends up hating her and thinking she's crazy. Every family that goes, we'll take her on. God is by our side. Jesus wants her to be a good kid. And then they end the season by, we are taking her because Jesus said this is the right thing to do. And the next season starts out and it's like, F that bitch. We don't want anything to do with her anymore. Okay. Jesus couldn't help, I guess. Not even Jesus was apt at taking on Natalia Grace. She takes them all down one by one.
That whole arc, though, I say arc like it's fictional. That whole story where they were able to legally change her age, and then when they got to court and the doctor couldn't testify that it was like, this is not how bones work. She's not that, she's...
And the idea that she was 9 years old in her own apartment.
Yeah.
Is it
I agree. I agree. She's crazy as hell, and she put a lot on these families, and she's a nut job. But
I don't know if
the
she's
idea,
that crazy. Got to be honest.
Okay, all right. Fundamental disagreement there, but she was definitely wronged by the medical professionals who said, "Hey, we have no idea, but we're just going to assume she's an adult, and so put her out on her own." And then things just got way worse for her all the way around. You've seen the series of her, and you don't think she's a bad person, Natalia Grace?
I think she was a child. And I think that everyone was taking the words on the crazy-ass parents.
Well, she's not a child now, right? Like, now, no matter who's in charge of making that decision, everybody knows, like, now she's an adult. Now she's a full-grown adult.
It's like 21 or 22, something like that.
And the whole time, she's been a monster. She's been crazy from my experience watching that. Kev says, oh, no, she is absolutely crazy. Slim says, watch the second half. I think I've watched all the real ones. I think I've watched all the ones based on, like, actual footage and the interviews, and those ones I've watched, which I rather liked. I just didn't want to watch the fictionalized version or, like, the acted
not that
version.
Great, to be honest with you.
The rest of it was fine. I just didn't need it necessarily. All right, we want to get to these parenting rules that have sparked a huge controversy. I talked about that and then did not pay this off. Grand apologies. We'll also do jury duty, the latest with Diddy, an elementary school that spiraled out of control. We got a lot to fit in, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
I lost the power in the bedroom years ago. And I don't think I'll take it back, bro. I don't think I'm ever going to get it back.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fairwinds Credit Union.
Let's look at baseball first, and after a slow start to the season, the Rays are pouring it on. They've won 8 of their last 9 games. Tampa continues their series in Houston later tonight. Orlando City SC is back on the pitch tomorrow when they host Chicago. Lions had their 12-match unbeaten streak stopped by Atlanta on Wednesday. And there's a push for autonomy within the NCAA, given the power.
Cover. Let's go, Mike. Hang tight. Hang on, I gotta send the outline to Sea-Lane. Natalia Grace is shady? Somebody said yes! Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that thing. Maybe it's like you view her as a little kid so you don't view any of the stuff as bad or something, but my experience with that show is that Natalia Grace was a little monster of a human who often hid behind the mysteries in her case, like how old she was. I think that's the general take. Feral Kitten says, such an odd situation. It was, and that's why it made for a good docuseries. It was interesting. Kept you thinking. Jury duty coming up in just a moment here. Hang on. Okay, got it. Got it. Slim says, I think she totally had issues, but her environment didn't help like at all. Yeah, maybe. I mean, if she was brought up in her fashion, it's not hard to see why she's so screwed up. Yeah, I don't know, though. I think there might be... I am not a medical professional, but I think she may have some issues that would lead her to drama no matter the situation. And I don't think this was all nurture. I think there's a lot of nature going on here, and I think she's got some issues upstairs. Chicken or egg situation? Well, that's the thing about nature and nurture is we'll never know. They don't do the twin studies like they used to because they're terribly evil. You know, they don't do these kind of studies where there's a famed study where they took a set of twins, and well, there's a lot of them actually. They'll take these twins and they'll give them very different lives, and they'll see what the outcome is, and they'll try to see what nature had to do with their individual outcomes and what nurture had to do, and you still can't really separate it because they're different human beings. Uh-oh. All right, we're coming back, folks. Dr. Sean has to go back to work. Here we go.
Where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Talk about. We'll see what Biden's up to. They said they'd cut away from him when he was doing some interview and he was talking about like fighting Jake Tapper or something. I don't know. We'll see what he's saying in a moment. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I just saw a couple of tweets about it. So we'll play that video and see what's happening there momentarily. You can learn more about the show by going to the website. That's thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. I promised a bunch of things. Let's try to work in some of those. Here we go. Let me get this Biden clip. There's a lot of these making the rounds right now, but let me find the one that hit me as an alert just a couple of minutes ago. Here we go. This is Biden talking to the press. They said he talked about fighting somebody. He doesn't do a lot of interviews these days, but he was in Newcastle, Delaware. Let's check in with Biden.
And there's also been a lot of discussion recently about your mental and physical capabilities while you were in office.
You can see that. I'm mentally incompetent, and I can't walk, and I can beat the hell out of both of them.
Do you want to reply to any of those reports, and also to the fact that there are some Democrats?
He said, you can see that. I'm mentally incompetent, I can't walk, and I could beat the crap out of both of them.
We're having a little sarcasm.
I think he's talking about the people who were writing this book, Jake Tapper and the other guy who talked about how Biden was just a bag of bones behind the scenes, and there was a team that was like kind of running the operation there because he was falling apart. So he's reacting to that.
Weird, though, she didn't mention those two guys, so they're just living rent-free in his head?
Well, he's probably felt a lot of that pressure from this book being out there. And the crazy thing is, if Biden's mad about this, bro, if you're mad about this, if you're heated about this right now, when the point is that the entire media landscape basically ran cover for you being a walking zombie for 4 years, this shows you like the hypersensitivity that Biden has sometimes. You should be saying, hey, I was privileged that I got such unbelievably favorable coverage until I essed the bed during the debate and then it couldn't be hidden anymore. And then quickly they just, they scooted me right out of there. I want to see what else he says.
And there's also been a lot of discussion recently about your mental and physical capabilities while you were in office.
You can see that. I'm mentally incompetent, and I can't walk, and I can beat the hell out of both of them.
Do you want to reply to any of those reports, and also to the fact that there are some Democrats who are now questioning whether you should have run for re-election in the first place?
Why didn't they run against me then? Because I'd have beaten them.
Do you have any regrets?
Buddy, you are not fighting off the charges. Well, run again.
That was the creepiest Biden face I've ever seen.
Gotta beat him. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, the reason why they didn't run against you is because there was a last-minute shock the water fake-ass primary, and you didn't step out of the way beforehand, so there could have been a full primary, and all of the potential candidates could have had a shot other than the person who was just inevitably going to be the nominee, which was Kamala Harris, right? I mean, that's the thing. But he seems to still be fighting that. He seems to be a little angry. I think he got really, really favorable coverage. Like the idea that the guy he's so mad about for 4 years was saying, I don't know, he seems sharp. His team is saying he's very aware of what's going on, and he's more healthy than I am, like all these reporters said. They gave him every pass possible. All right, we're going to take, well, you know what we got to do. Let's see here. Hang on, let me get ready. We got it all set and ready to go. Updates galore. Let's get into the court stories. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 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 or justcallmo.com. He's a great guy. Honestly, you've heard him on the show a whole bunch of times. The man, even when we throw the weirdest legal questions at him, he either knows what's going on or he says, I'll figure it out for you. I'll jump in and I'll become the person who knows the most about this very esoteric, very off the beaten path road that you're leading me down. He's a great guy, and you need that. You need a real human being, a person, not just somebody who's like a mascot on television, a person to fight for you in court. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. An Arkansas kindergarten graduation devolved into a brawl between parents. What are you doing, parents? What are you
kindergarten
doing?
Graduation.
Let the kids have their moment. There was a big fight, a brawl that broke out, and I'm trying to get the video. I think this is it. Hopefully there's no cursing in this. Oh, wait. Are they fighting in the hallway?
Is it fast? Is it sped up?
No, I don't. Maybe it is. I don't know. They're moving quickly, though.
That just gave me so much anxiety in 10 seconds.
They're all just fighting in the hallway, all these parents.
Yes.
Who, a lot of them look like they might be students themselves. They're very young parents.
This is definitely sped up.
Yeah, this is, for sure. This is like with the person holding the camera. They're showing the school during the day. And then they're in the hallway, and they start shoving each other, and then it becomes just chaos from there. Pulling each other's hair and just battling it out. Let me go back to the actual hallway.
Congratulations, kindergartners.
The school year was about over. Several adults threw punches at each other in the hallway of Falk Elementary on Wednesday this week as the frightened screams of nearby children filled the crowded corridor. Multiple men and women were in the center of the melee, plowing through the school as other parents rushed to get their children away from the danger. Yeah, I imagine there were some parents who were just like, what are we dealing with here? This is not what we envisioned. This is the end of the road for these poor kids. Leave them alone. Let's see what else we have. The prosecution has rested in the trial of Karen Reed, charged in her police officer boyfriend's death.
As many headlines as I thought it would.
That's because everybody's talking about Diddy.
It is. Have you seen any of the coverage of the retrial, or can you not guess whether or not they're going to find her guilty, Sabrina?
I only saw it when it first started. And then,
all right.
I mean, we followed it, covered it first time around. I watched the documentary and it was Dateline or 2020 episode.
She's accused of backing her SUV when they were all drunk into her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, who was a police officer.
I'm going to throw it out there because I did not see the retrial, but I'm going to say they're going to find her not guilty.
I think they're going to find her guilty this time. They didn't the first time. I'll put $10 on it. I think they opened up a little bit more this time. I think she did herself in because she's very, very full of herself now. And I think the jury will see that everything lines up perfectly. Even she believed it until her attorney said, no. Like there's a clip of her in one of these documentaries where Karen Reed goes, maybe I was really drunk. I'm paraphrasing, but maybe I was really drunk. Maybe I got drunk and we got into some sort of argument. And maybe I backed into John with the SUV and maybe I left him in the snow. And maybe he died out in the snow. And this is what I was thinking the night after this happened. But then my attorneys assured me that no, that is not what something more sinister went down. I think this time around, they might find Karen Reed guilty. But we'll see. She was off last time. This is the retrial of the 45-year-old in this very controversial case. A man locked a 6-year-old in a hot car during a Walmart run. Can't do that. Sealand's been arrested 3 times for this so far.
Yeah, but never convicted. So
exactly.
No, not yet. No, it's the Karen Reed of leaving kids in cars.
I thought maybe I did leave my kid in the car, and then my attorney was like, it was something much more sinister.
No. Here's the pops.
All Ashley's fault.
Oh, it was on my birthday that this went down. May 26th, says the police body cam. Michael Clohessy was charged with child abuse after he left his 6-year-old in a hot locked car. I'm imagining they have the body cam footage because they have the pictures from it.
Hot body.
They're not showing it here. Hot body of a baby is weird.
Like hot as in a car.
Yeah, no. I imagine. Yeah. I imagine that was the case. They have a whole nother story for the body cam footage. I want to see this now. All right, here he is. This is the pops in this case.
A car here in Albuquerque, one day after another child in the metro died under similar conditions.
He's not neglected. He's not abused by any means.
And by no means am I saying that. But to give you some context of why we take this so seriously.
Yeah, there's a kid that died yesterday. Right?
Exactly.
Bro, there's a kid that died yesterday and you left your kid the next day in the car to go into Walmart?
Why can't you bring your kid into Walmart?
I get it. Like, I think Sealand would say it from this perspective. Tell me if I'm wrong, Sealand. I think Sealand would probably say sometimes going into a store with a kid makes things much more complicated.
Yeah, but that's a 7-Eleven, not a Walmart. Walmart's a whole to do.
No, if you even at a 7-Eleven, you shouldn't be just leaving your kid in the car. I understand it more, though.
Are they arguing that he purposely did this, or that he is he even trying to claim that he got distracted and forgot that there was a kid in the car for a second?
They said it was 20 minutes that he left the kid in the car, and he was upset that they had arrested him for it. Let's see what else he says.
1-year-old.
Police arrested 45-year-old Michael Cloesy yesterday after they say he was seen on surveillance video walking into the Walmart on Carlisle near Manal, leaving his 6-year-old in the back seat.
It was 80 degrees.
When the boy was found, police say he was red in the face. According to a criminal complaint, Cloesy told officers the boy did not want to go into the store, so Cloesy left him behind.
He's one.
Cloesy said he thought
he doesn't want to go in the store.
Hey, asked him. Do you want to go in or not?
Oh gosh, that's lunacy. That you didn't forget, or you're not trying to argue that you did. You're arguing that the kid did not want to go into the Walmart.
Like, say nothing if you don't want to go into the Walmart with me. Okay, all right. He's made his decision. Zephys Biker says, so what did he buy at Walmart? Give us the whole story. Son of a bitch. They didn't tell me. It's not in front of me here, unfortunately. But he went in there. The kid stayed in the car for over 20 minutes, according to the cops. He was red in the face, and the pops is in trouble. Speaking of parenting, we'll get to those 11 parenting rules that have sparked a huge meltdown on the internet. There's already a lot of judgy stuff going on for parents over there. What's this all about? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to find out together. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
Look out for an accident on I-4 eastbound approaching John Young Parkway. Traffic's starting to slow down there. There's an accident getting cleared up on Colonial Drive at Pine Hills Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. There's some slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike northbound in that US 192 exit area there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
New Year's resolution is to sell your home. Get a guaranteed cash offer today at thebanter.com.
There's no such thing as...
Sorry, that's my fault. Hang on, folks. Sorry for all that, folks. Sorry. All right, I got a question, chat, and I need some assistance on this. Uh-oh. Hello? Back? How'd it go?
Good.
Somebody whistled at you?
No, honk.
Somebody honked at you? Nice. Nice. I get honked at all the time, too. I know what it's like. I know what that's like. What do you want from me? You're all sweaty. How hot is it out there?
85.
How many miles did you do this week?
Not as much as normal.
Oh, really?
So I was gone all yesterday.
Seems like you did a lot.
I did 6.3 today.
Good for you.
Alright.
Good job.
Thank you.
Question for you. This doesn't happen much, but I want to put you in control. You are going to decide, chat, what the final song of the show is for Today I Learned. You can either make it kind of reference something from the show today, something from the show this week, the fact that it's Friday, the fact that it's weekend, just a great song. What song should we end on today? The Moana song? Oh man, Moana and Gangnam Style are such good options. Moana and Gangnam Style. Vote between the two of them. And I swear to God, I'll do one of the two. Moana or Gangnam Style. One of the two of them. Vote. Moana or Gangnam Style? Moana. It's one vote. Stay Frosty by Van Halen. I need you to pick between Moana or Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style? Moana. Moana? Oh, Moana. More Moanas. Oh, that's an embarrassing song to end on, too. Oh, that's an embarrassing song to end on. Oh, we're coming back.
Antibiotics, life-saving medications you have on hand before you need them, offering peace of mind, no panicking, fast, affordable, and could save your life. Go to jase.com. Use code RADIO for a discount, because once the shelves are empty, it's already too late.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Press conference that's going down. We'll have to peek into this here in a moment. Then we'll get to these 11 parenting rules that have lit the internet on fire. People are fighting about these. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they dumb? We'll find out all together. Let's go to the meeting. I guess it's the final day for Elon Musk at the White House.
Say a system at IRS and computerize it properly where the job can be done in 1/10 the time, but it takes some.
Elon's to the side of Trump in the Oval Office.
No kid on his shoulders this time.
I will say that this has less to do with Elon, but the air traffic control systems, we're bidding out to the best companies in the world. Those systems right now, they were horrible. What the previous administration was horrible what they did. They spent billions and billions of dollars, and in the end, it didn't even come close to working.
Were they going to zoom in past Elon?
To copper, and it can't be done. And they just spent billions of dollars and just wasted money. Actually made the system much worse. So
yeah, I might be just putting some emotions to this that don't need to be there. But Elon kind of looked a little done with it. He was standing next to Trump, and he's kind of like, okay.
We're going to get a brand new modern system. Congress is working with us on that, and we're going to get it done as quickly as we can. But it's in the works, and once it's done, it'll be good for 30 years. But we have a system that's 48 years old and would have a modern computer hooked into a very outdated computer.
All right, I'm gonna put this down. I'll keep it streaming just in case he goes back to talking about that at all or anything interesting going for the exit of Elon Musk. We'll keep that around. And right now, I want to talk about something that I always go to C-Lane on this because he's the new parent here. He's got a son, Jackson, who's a little over a year old right now. And when he's not leaving him in hot cars, he is hanging out with him.
Not a thing that happened.
And he is really, really enjoying his time with little Jackson. And Jackson and parenting and putting all this stuff online, there's so many decisions that you have to make as a parent. Like, am I going to do the thing? I've seen some people who every photo of their kid that's online, they put something over their face. Like they don't show their child online.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which sometimes I get the vibe that I'm like, you're not some Hollywood celebrity that everybody's really pining to get a look at your kid. Why are you covering up your child's face online? You're kind of making it more weird. But some people that's the decision they make. They don't want to put their kid out there at all. I get it. I mean, it seems like an okay response to all the weirdos that are out there.
I'm pretty sure like my sister's kids had Facebooks, but up until a certain age weren't allowed to have pictures of themselves on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that's fine? I think that's fine, right? Like,
it's up to you.
Just things have changed so much. That was like nothing that our parents would even fathom when they were raising us.
Right.
So I can get it now. I mean, my mom has an entire trunk of disposable camera photos that went nowhere.
Yeah.
But never the idea of, I mean, blog moms or put
it's all happened so
some
fast.
photo or video of your child and that goes viral because bad parenting or whatever. I can understand the hesitancy.
And now even with AI, you put a picture of your kid out there and then they could use AI to make the kid do it.
Yeah.
It's strange. So this story about parenting and being judged online, it says former teachers' 11 parenting rules spark heated debate across the internet. Extremely messed up, they said. We're going to go into these rules here in a moment. A Texas mom's tough love parenting rules. People don't like tough love parenting. People online who judge think that everything should be like sweet and nice hugging and loving, and there shouldn't be any tough love stuff. But sometimes that's necessary, so maybe they're not wrong. Former teacher Lizzie Gaines, now a real estate agent, ignited a fierce debate online after sharing her 11 non-negotiable parenting rules for her 3 children, 6 to 13 years old. C-Lane, let's see what we can learn here.
All right, I'm ready to learn.
All right, it says POV of you and your husband, your former public high school teachers, and you have 11 non-negotiables for your kids. Okay, yeah, I see what they're going to do. All right, here's number one. Number one, non-negotiable for these parents. You say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, to any and all adults.
I mean, that was not necessarily presented to me as a non-negotiable, but it was manners were very much instilled in my household.
I would go more the direction that you're kind of talking about, Sabrina, where it doesn't have to be yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, as much as it is just a simple thing about mind your manners.
Yeah. Please, thank you, and then Mr. and Mrs. until they tell you otherwise.
Right. Those things are perfectly fine and nice to do, but I think it should be more just about manners. Otherwise, be respectful to adults. Okay, fine.
I feel like we have 10 more rules, so I'm not going to
chime in yet?
I'm not going to object to this one.
Sorry.
I'm going to save my challenges.
All right. This one says, number 2, backpack and shoes routine. We don't want to search for them in the morning, so all their kids have to know where all their stuff is. Okay, fine. You want your kids to know where their stuff is to get ready. Number 3, spot to charge school devices right next to their backpack. It's your responsibility to charge it. Okay. It's not my job to tell you, this is number 4, if you have homework. Your teacher had it on the board, your agenda, and reminded the class 5 times. Kids need to know about their own homework. Good luck with that.
God, I'm just stuff like this video. I imagine being a child, and it's like your mom has her phone in your face.
What do you think, kid?
And she's like, do it again. The lighting wasn't any good. You're not looking like you're working. And like you're taking them away from, the childhood by being the subject of your viral TikTok.
It's like mom is going, hey, let's fake cry for the thumbnail, like that one video. And the kid's like, I'm not fake crying.
And that crazy YouTube mom that was just arrested for abusing her kids, and like all the B-roll and the unused footage that you saw. It's like, freaks me out. It's so
what does
weird.
What does everybody think about this one? Rule number 5 on this list that has a lot of people fighting on Instagram. 544,000 likes. If you get in trouble at school, we will support your teachers.
I mean, I've been
Why? That's dumb. If you get in trouble at school,
it's dumb for that to be binary, to be all in or all out.
Yeah, we'll give you maybe we'll give your teachers the benefit of the doubt, but we'll hear you out. Because sometimes your kid's going to be right and the teacher's going to be wrong, right? Like,
you'd think.
I mean, in this case, I think you would go, hey, generally speaking, we're going to believe what your teachers have to say. But we're also going to listen to your input and see who is right and wrong. Because the teachers aren't always right. That's just not true. Number 6, pack your own lunch. Remember to grab it next morning or go through the lunch line. Number 7, you'll eat what we serve.
I'm sorry, what is that the lunch they're bringing?
That's what they're getting. You'll eat what we serve. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it, but you will sit with the rest of us while we eat. This is one that I've heard. Yeah, I've heard parents that have this. C-Lane, what do you think? Will you go, Jackson, you eat what's for dinner. If you don't eat it, that's on you, but you'll sit while the rest of us eat if you don't want to eat what's for dinner.
that we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. We don't even we have a dining room table that we have used like thrice, I think. But even for dinner, maybe less than that. But
how do you feel about like parents that do the opposite, where it's like their child refuses to eat anything but
nuggets,
chicken nuggets, or it doesn't matter what restaurant they are or where they're going. It's like this meal, or they bring it with them.
It's tough because I think where C-Lane was maybe hanging out here was if Jackson is only going to eat chicken nuggies and he's 14 months old, you can't exactly go hard charger on him and go like, no, you'll eat. We're all having this.
What about like 6 or 7?
When they're 6 or 7, then that's when parents sometimes do this.
Now we can give him the illusion of the ability to negotiate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Number
we're
8.
talking. I like this parenting style, C-Lane.
Dinner time is sacred. Number 8, we're going to be pleasant, get along, and share about our day. It's some of our only uninterrupted family time.
7 and 8 were about dinner. These people have dinner problems.
They must. This doesn't
How many
come from
children
nowhere.
do they have? Did they say
3, I believe.
A bunch here. Yeah. Number 9, don't leave your dirty clothes on the floor for somebody else to pick up. I got in trouble for that so many times.
I get in trouble for it still.
Now here's mom
I leave my
filming
clean
you.
clothes
Put it away.
on the floor.
They're saying this is their non-negotiables as parents. Number 10, you get a phone because it's convenient, but it will go away if abused. It charges in my room every night, and I check what's on it. I thought you told them to charge their own devices earlier.
School
Those are
devices.
School devices.
Pay
Okay.
attention.
Yeah. It charges in my room, and I will check what's on it. Okay. And finally,
That's fair.
Number 11, non-negotiable from these parents that everybody's arguing about online. You're never too big for your britches or my kisses.
Or your giant camouflage blanket.
That's weird, man. I don't know. You're never too big for my kisses? My mom would not have said that to me. Like, ghetto, I don't care. I don't care, Sean. If you're 17, get over here. I'm going to plant one on you.
But you, were your parents kissing the mouth?
No, no. We didn't even. My dad shook my hand. I've told those stories before. My dad would be like, on my birthday, shake my hand. Like, all right. Happy birthday.
Well, not both parents are the same on stuff like that.
No.
You know,
I'm very
Mine were.
affectionate with my mom. Not by any means like kiss in the mouth, but that's just the Latin side of it all. Here's one for you. Accidentally, in the, conversation of it all, called her babe.
That's weird.
I've done that.
It's so, I'm like,
I've done that.
it already just slipped out because of, the amount I use that word in
It's
my
like calling your
household.
teacher mom, and then when you say it, you're like, oh.
But babe is even weirder, I gotta say. I felt
Babe
more
is worse.
comfortable. Yeah,
babe is.
But it's I think it's in your wiring that like there's only a couple people in your life that you use pet names with.
Yeah.
And when you have a new one, and like Mama is kind of a pet name, you know.
I go Ma, Pa, Pops.
It's that kind of same. I think you're using the same brain cells when you do that, and you flub it up.
But I think I'd rather say like Ma to Nicole than call my mom baby.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's definitely less weird. I don't know that.
C-Lane, thank you so much for saying that's happened before because that
You're
took
not
a lot.
weird.
I've been trying to.
there's other reasons you're weird, but that's not the one.
That one in particular, I've been trying to muster up the strength to share that story with you guys for weeks.
That's a tough one. I feel you.
It's lingered over me.
A lot of the judging in the Instagram comments, because people on YouTube are like, hey, I haven't seen anything bad yet. Marriage and family therapist here who specializes in trauma and attachment. Please don't tell your children you will support or believe their teachers or another adult over them. I work with adult survivors of sexual abuse. This is probably one of their number one causes, feeling like their parents wouldn't believe them if they got in trouble if they told. All right, I think it's a fair point. And the mom followed up by non-negotiable, expectations. And I will add, we love our school district. We love all of our kids' teachers. I know not all teachers are great, but we're so fortunate that our kids' teachers are some of the best. She's trying to back up that claim. But a lot of people were taking issue with that one, which I don't blame them. That seems like a little bit weird. I'm going back to Trump and Elon. Look at Elon's body language in the White House. I'm not the body language expert in these news stories,
He's
but
talking now.
Look at him here.
It may be 6 months. It may be almost a year in some cases.
It seems like he doesn't want to be there.
We're going through
Also
courts.
both look like taxidermy.
We'll remember you as we announce billions of dollars of extra waste, fraud, and abuse. Just as an example, Doge canceled $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, $101
His
million
shirt is a Godfather shirt that says the Doge Father.
Yeah. Do you know how much it must be driving Trump wild to have him stand over and looking over his shoulder?
He's not saying anything.
He's not, but he's just started talking.
Is he?
I'm saying,
Hold on. Let me go to him real time and see what he's saying. Hang on.
dollars in the account, and I assume that's being looked at. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I assume that's being looked at.
I got to catch up.
Relentlessly pursuing $8 trillion in waste and fraud reductions, which will benefit the American taxpayer. That's it, really.
He's done.
and they're taking questions now, too.
There you go.
Great.
So he just shook Trump's hand. He was like, that's it. He's done. He's done. He's over it. He's over this stuff. He wants to get back to the rocket world, into the Tesla world, and he wants to do that kind of stuff. And maybe not be this character anymore. We'll see what you think about all of that. Let us know. Send us what we call a dispatch. Record yours now at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to your input, your feedback, some emails, and a real-life nightmare is what they call it. Ooh. What went down? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are on the roadways clearing up an accident. 3 right lanes are blocked on I-4 eastbound approaching John Young Parkway. Traffic is backed up from Florida's Turnpike. Look out for an accident getting cleared up here on Colonial Drive eastbound at Pine Hills Road. Traffic's starting to slow down on most of the major roadways this afternoon, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
That mortgage guy, Dom, he's part of the Real Radio family, and that means he's taking care of you and your family. A stand-up guy who is looking out for you. And when you're making big life decisions like refinancing or buying your first dream home, maybe buying your first business or franchise, expanding your business or franchise, and everything in between, you got to work with someone who has your best interest in mind. And that's that mortgage guy, Dom. So get peace of mind right there at your fingertips and work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
New Year's resolution is to buy a home? Get your free buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com.
The city.
Las Vegas.
Vegas, make some noise!
The event.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
Live.
Welcome.
One stage.
2 nights. The biggest stars in music return this September.
To make history.
The world's biggest artists are taking this stage.
Stream live only on Hulu.
I said, woo!
Listen right here as the stars.
Go back. Guys, I am really second-guessing things here. I have Today I Learned done. I did it during that segment. And I have Moana, the song from the beginning, queued up. But I feel terrible about it. I feel bad about this. I think I might have to chicken out. I don't think I can end the show with Moana. I'm just picturing it now, and I think I might chicken out. Do Moana by Leo. It's a heavy metal band. What's y'all opinion on Moana 2? Moana 2 is the most just okay movie I think I've ever seen in my life. Number 1 had all these big, great songs like You're Welcome and How Far I'll Go. And the animation was kind of a leap forward at the time. And the second Moana, the story was not very tight. We put the movie on in the background while we were doing something else, and I paid very little attention to it. Not a single song stuck out, nothing. It was just bleh. It's made for kids, though, so, like, a little girl probably will watch Moana 2 and be like, that's a fucking banger. A little girl probably love it, but for me, I thought it was boring. If you chicken out, you have to sing Tim McGraw. That's the thing. My options are, don't take the girl. I can't go out on that. Moana, yikes, or Gangnam Style. All of those are embarrassing. I don't think I could do it. I was banned for a joke, says Sean is reading directly from Reddit. What? What? Did you guys see the story about this man stuck under the boulder? We're going to talk about that next. A man stuck under a 7,000-pound boulder, and he ended up getting out of it, getting out of the situation. It's pretty crazy. We'll talk about that next. Your Moana take was directly from Reddit? I have no idea what you're talking about. Abraham, #1 chat bro. True. Some suggestions already for chatter of the day. I want to hear the Kid on the Plains version. Eee. "90 seconds. Question, chat. They're just about to fire like 40% of the staff at businessinsider.com, which, of course. Are there any websites that you still visit every day, like news websites, blogs, Business Insider, Mashable, all these things? I think so many of those are just done. It's going to be real hard to make money off that stuff moving forward, which is why they're firing so many people. I think those days are over, like big websites. No. You got to get into video or audio content to make any money. And I'm trying both. All right, here we go.
We're at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the Times.
With the Times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Sarah Jessica Parker almost walked away from Sex and the City. She talks about that and a lot more on Are You a Charlotte? Plus, Snoop Dogg spills about his inauguration performance backlash, and trust me, he's got a lot of things to say about it with The Breakfast Club. And Aubrey O'Day, Diddy's former protege, joins Amy Robach and TJ Holmes for exclusive coverage of the trial that's gripping the nation.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Radio 104.1.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Pull up a chair, learn about the show. It's the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. And you can learn more about all things The News Junkie on the website, thenewsjunkie.com.
Couple of stories real quick.
that were for jury duty that I want to shake down before we get to this real life nightmare and then some of your feedback to roll on here today. But the one story I saw where I go, Jesus, man, this is where we could just do better. A story out of Maryland where the police chief is calling for greater accountability in the case of a group of teens. This teenager, one of them, it was 16 years old, and he broke into 121 cars in one night.
Damn.
Right? 121
That's a
cars.
Flip.
Think about all the people that had a negative impact on their life, all the people that had to spend money to get like something fixed or whatever. 121 cars.
I kind of want to figure out this.
That's a lot.
Timing of that. What's a night? 6 hours? 7 hours?
Here's what we know. Police in Laurel, Maryland, arrested a 16-year-old boy on Wednesday morning of this week in connection with car break-ins on the night of May 4th. He and two other teens smashed car windows and stole items from 54 cars in Laurel, Maryland, and 67 more in Prince George's and multiple counties. They were going through neighborhoods with targets of opportunity in mind, breaking into cars as if there was something there. They'd steal. If there was nothing there, they'd move on to another car, and they just break all the windows out and go car to car. They found the keys to a stolen car because they did steal one, and the keys to 25 other cars during a search warrant at the 16-year-old suspect's home, and they found several stolen items. So 121 cars. 16 years old, breaks into 121 cars, all right? Does all of this damage. He was out. He was released 5 hours later.
Wow.
That's the problem. That's the problem. If you're a 16-year-old kid.
5 days later, what happens?
It's more of a punishment, at least. You know, hey, I'm going to be in for a while. If you're a 16-year-old, and trust me, this is the case, his parents probably aren't paying much attention to him. I'm saying it's a he because, trust me, it's a he. It is, a 16-year-old boy.
How dare you?
But it's always
women just aren't great at breaking into 121 cars, Sabrina.
We try to ask first.
Women under the age of 18 are responsible for such a small portion of the crimes. It's unbelievable.
It's more emotional damage.
Unbelievable. Women under the age of 18 are such a tiny portion. Women in general. Look at the male prison population and the female prison population. That isn't because of sexism. It's because men are more likely to engage in these crimes. This 16-year-old who breaks into 121 cars, smashes all the windows out, and gets released 5 hours later goes, not a big punishment. Think I might try it again.
Do you want to hear the guesstimated stats?
On what he got? Or like, tell me.
If we're doing one night, 8 hours, the common overnight crime, 480 minutes. So with the calculations, give or take, one car every 4 minutes or 15 cars per hour.
That is crazy.
If you're going on a 6 hour night, one car every 3 minutes, 20 cars per hour. That's some fast acting.
That's a lot right there. That's a lot. And all those people are inconvenienced. All those people are victims of robbery in a lot of cases. Abraham Dragonfriend on Twitch says, or the women just don't get caught. Listen, bro, I get it. You know, we're bros who want to defend guys out here, but no, this is not that guys are more likely to get caught. This is simply about young men are menaces to society in a way young women aren't. It's a fact. It is a fact. Are there edge cases? Yes, you can find that for me. That does not prove anything wrong. You can find me some 17-year-olds, some 16-year-olds, some 15-year-old girls who are menaces to society on their own.
Y'all doing cars, we're shoplifting.
You can't find them for me in the numbers that you can young men, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 17-year-old young men. They're just way more responsible for all the annoying crimes out there. Keep them behind bars. If there was like one car, okay, release them to their parents the next day, 5 hours later. 121 cars in one night. They're terrorizing the cities. Good God. It's so annoying. Don't be like Seth Rogen. Oh, sometimes they leave a fun little trinket behind when they break into your car. No, punish them. Fix the society by making things a little better for the regular ass people out there.
Or put them on a pit crew for NASCAR.
Maybe they moving a car to car that fast. Yeah. There's some skills. It's like when the hacker gets in trouble and you go, okay,
either jail forever or work for the government. CIA.
Now you're on the good guy side. Now you're hacking over here. The other story was in the New Orleans jail escape. They still have 2 fugitives that remain on the run. There was 10 total.
They're not in the U.S. anymore.
There's 2 that are left. They don't know where they are, and they have increased the reward for tips that lead to their arrest to $50,000, which feels like it's low. $50,000 per inmate for tips leading to their arrest all these days later as they're still out on the run right now.
Was that around the same reward for when the guy with the giant dong got out? Remember?
I don't know. Yeah, the Big Dong Bandit thing, where the woman helped him escape. White was his name, Casey White. And
wouldn't have assumed he had a giant dong.
Casey White was his name. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember what the actual what the reward was, but this is $50,000 a piece. And here's the cops talking about this. Superintendent Colonel Robert Hodges says police have, quote, some strong leads about where the remaining 2 fugitives are. They still need tips. We're confident that we're closing in on the remaining 2 escapees. We're resilient, and although they're going to get tired and frustrated, we are ready. The walls are closing in. Do you know what that means? Cops speak to normal person speak? They don't know where the hell these guys are. They don't know anything.
Strong leads.
Yeah, remember in New York City when they were trying to find Luigi? And they go, ho, 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 ho. Luigi, you might as well turn yourself in right now. We know where you are. We are 1 step behind you. We're going to get you, Luigi. We're going to get you. And then it turns out they had no clue where that dude was. Somebody found him at a McDonald's. The cops had no clue where his ass was at that time, or any of the rest of them. Meanwhile, a real-life nightmare. Let's talk about this. This is a wild story and could be a movie. In fact, men have been in movies like this before. But this was a guy, hang on, I hate some of these stories where I try to bring them up. He was found face down in a glacier creek. That's where this guy was found. A 700-pound boulder pinned this guy down. Hang on, let me stop this here. 700-pound boulder pins Alaska man face down in a glacier creek for 3 hours.
Ooh.
This is why you don't go hiking. An Alaska man was pinned face down in an icy creek by a 700-pound boulder for 3 hours, survived with only minor injuries, in part thanks to his wife's quick thinking and lots of luck. Kel Morris's wife held his head above water to prevent him from drowning while waiting for rescuers to arrive after Morris was pinned by a boulder, which crashed into him on a hike near this Anchorage glacier. His second stroke of luck came when a sled dog tourism company that operates on the glacier overheard the 911 dispatch and offered up their chopper to get rescuers to the scene. So they got him there fast. Then they used 7 men along with inflatable airbags to lift the boulder off of him as he drifted in and out of consciousness. The 61-year-old says he's probably the luckiest man alive, and luckier still that he has such a great wife. His wife, Jo Roop, that's her name, J-O-R-O-O-P. Jo Roop is a retired Alaska State Trooper, and she was able to keep him alive underneath this boulder, and he survived the whole ordeal. It's weird that
they say that he was in and out of consciousness, but he still only had minor injuries.
Yeah, I guess it was just squishing him.
Cutting off some sort of oxygen, yeah?
Well, imagine having a 700-pound person on top of you. That could kill you, right? 700 pounds? I think I could squeeze you to death and end up killing you. But he survived this whole thing. Okay, let's see what we got going on as we look at the email here on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have Dustall. No, we are not reading that. We have Mozart emailing the show, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, and saying singles are helping to fill that third seat because we talked earlier about people who are solo on flights have to pay almost twice as much for their ticket versus somebody who flies with 2 or 3 people. Singles are helping to fill that third seat. Most planes are 3 seats across. A couple gets 2 and a single gets the leftover 1. Single supplemental, somebody says. Anonymous email. On cruises, singles pay way more than if they went with somebody else.
Well, that's because you're paying for the cabin.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And they say, why can't Dylan be normal and just play a guitar like a normal humanoid? He's left-handed, sir. It's not his fault.
By choice.
Okay? It's not his fault. Mike says, we have a company in Palm Beach that issues a termite bond, talking about these termites.
Yeah.
It requires
Most
an inspection and treatment, and then once completed, any termite infestation is treated at no charge. Company rarely has to tent. Only in extreme cases. A couple of grand for the average house, but well worth it, says Mike. Thank you. Appreciate that. And last email from now. Hi, Sean. Not taking away from his comedic ability, but the entire idea and study about co-pilots was originally a case study by a Canadian author and podcaster, Malcolm Gladwell. Oh, that guy's Canadian?
Sorry.
Gladwell used a famous crash from a few years ago as a case study to make his point. By the way, Malcolm Gladwell is one of the most overrated people on planet Earth in terms of authors, in terms of like intellectuals. Malcolm Gladwell is a dope on so many things.
Not a fan.
As much as he's okay, as much as I respect and enjoy reading Malcolm Gladwell, this wasn't one of his better works. Need more than one example. Love your show. Have a great day, says David. Thank you, David. Much appreciate that. Now, there is a couple of dispatches to get through, and then we're going to get set up for the end of the show. I believe in you. I believe in you for sure. Let's see what we got here. Here's our friend Mo Manji, the realtor, talking to us.
Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Hey. Sean, you're talking about Elon's body language. I can't see the video, but if you look at the recent press conferences and every meeting that Marco Rubio is in, that guy looks defeated, man. He looks like he's sunken in his chair. He's not even paying attention. He's lost. He's gone. So, yeah, look at that guy and let me know.
I've
Thanks.
seen that.
Bye.
I've seen Marco Rubio. I think when they had Zelensky in the Oval Office and everybody else, like J.D. Vance was having a good time, but they went over to Marco Rubio and he's like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like sliding down the back of his chair because he doesn't want to be there. He's got a lot of jobs, too, so maybe he wants to get out of there and get to it. Last one for now. Here is Flip. Hello.
So I didn't even know ferrets cost money. They're rodents. I just thought people got them like free with the purchase of a cage and a bale of, bedding or whatever. I don't know. Gross. But Sabrina made me laugh out loud, like scream laugh.
What up?
Because it caught me so off guard. Her subdued Baby Shark reference earlier. Kudos. And then the second time I yelled within the hour
was about what?
Was when Sealand or Sean, when you guys were talking about the dude jumping over the railing and landing on rocks. For whatever reason, it just caught me just right to where my stomach and my legs hurt, and I
almost
just
passed out.
Anybody want to take credit for that one? I don't remember that.
It was this week in Florida.
It was the story.
Oh, yeah. That was probably when I was focused on that thing that had me sidetracked. I think that might have been around that time. I don't remember, but in the moment, it was drawing me in. And then C-Lane said, Sean is not paying attention to anything.
No. You were talking about Creep. That was different time.
The Creep movie.
Yeah.
The Creep movies series.
No,
yeah.
but it was gross. The story itself was, I definitely can understand how people get queasy.
What was the story that famously had somebody email us and they sent photos to prove this?
Disemboweled. You were describing in perfect description, as
great
one
detail.
Says, the disembowelment of a boyfriend to a girlfriend.
Yeah, and the person was so shocked listening to the show they crashed their car into a tree.
C-Lane sound effect.
They sent us a photo of their car crashed into the tree because they were listening to the show, and it's dangerous.
Wait for it.
Oh, mighty. I felt like I was in that car. All right, that'll do that for now. Last thing was, this is somebody's security footage, and they said this dog was saved twice in a row, which I think is a message. The dog falls into the pool and just plows into the pool, and the owner happened to be right there.
Oh, Jesus, the dog can't swim at all.
Dog has no idea what it's doing, cannot swim. Person dives in, saves the dog. Good for you.
That dog swam.
It's a little puppy, so I don't think the dog didn't know what it's doing. So they put the dog back on the ground outside of the pool. They dry the dog off, and the dog's walking around the corner, and then right
But then it just doesn't understand the concept of swimming whatsoever.
No. Where is this that they have so many angles?
I don't know. But you need to take this dog and put fences around the pool, okay? This is not
lessons.
okay. I'm going to put this up on See It Now so you can take a peek. We'll be back in just a moment. We got the final dispatch of stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday in the week. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Jim Colbert Show. Loudmouths, zero filters, and one very confused FCC agent. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we're going to see the return of scattered showers and storms off and on really through much of the day, some of which could be on the strong side. We'll plan for heavy rainfall, gusty winds, and hail, and we'll be expecting even higher chances of rain to arrive late tonight and into early tomorrow morning. As a cold front is pushing into the region, it is going to be helping to bring with it a solid dose of heavy rainfall and another round of gusty winds. We'll dry things out, though, by tomorrow afternoon. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Let's go back. Gotta get Today I Learned, okay? I would take you with me, but I can't. I cannot do it. I'm sorry. What I want you to do while I'm gone for maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds tops, is think about who should be nominated for Chatter of the Day. All right? I heard Obi-Wan Kenobi already. I'm over here. I'm over here. Yeah, there you go. Come on. Come on, follow me. Follow me. Three and a half minutes. My vote is Obi-Wan Kenobi, says Abe. Abe, bro, you're calling this one. Obi-Wan Kenobi on Twitch. Chatter of the Day. Congratulations. And now, as is our history on this show, as is our tradition, we will now ask Mr. Predicto if Obi-Wan Kenobi will die this weekend. All right? This is what we ask on Fridays for our Chatter of the Day. Mr. Predicto, will Obi-Wan Kenobi die this weekend?
Yes.
Sorry? Sorry? Rip Obi. Rip Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sorry. Sorry. I didn't do it. That's Mr. Predicto. By the way, say goodbye to the curls. Say goodbye to the curls because I'm cutting them this weekend. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, oh, well, I had a good run. Uncle Tony says, Sean, whose last day is it? If you missed that announcement, Uncle Tony, it's at the beginning of the show. .90-second. Ryan says, his headstone should say he peaked at Chatter of the Day. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Godspeed. Mr. Predicto isn't always right, but he is right a lot. Brisby Tail says probably Elon's for the bait. Maybe. You know, you never know what's going on around here. See you on the flip side. Ghostbird says hungry for some Costco cafe food. We talking dogs? You gonna put some dogs in your mouth? All right, folks. Thank you for an okay week of shows. Today is probably a 6.6 out of 10, 6.7 out of 10. Better than yesterday, at least. Yesterday was a 4. I can't do the Moana thing, though. I can't do it. Can I play something else? I don't want to play the Moana thing. God.
Office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Blindster.com's Memorial Day Encore sale is your last chance to save up to 50% site-wide on custom blinds, shades, and shutters. Don't miss out on these incredible savings. These deals end June 5th. Shop now at Blindster.com.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday in the week. Friends, we did it. Here we are at the finish line. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, big shout out to our podcast listeners. If you made it this far, you made it all the way to the end of it. Not only a show, but a week.
You did
so
it.
For you, I say thank you. I say I appreciate it. We had some shows this week. We had some shows. You know, and
Did not like this week.
Today was better than yesterday. Today is definitely a better grade than yesterday. But you got to be hard on yourself always. That's why
I'm so hard.
Okay. You got to be hard on yourself because then you can achieve greater levels of success if you're that difficult on your own performance, I think. But we'll see what you think on the way out. We got a couple of your dispatches to play, at least two. But first this, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Lucas says, hey, News Junkie, this week the school by my house installed speed cameras in front of the school zone. At first I thought it was a good idea, but I got a ticket from the cameras. Now I don't think it's a good idea anymore. The speed limit is 35 before the school zone and drops down to 15. According to the camera, I was going 30, but in the photo, you could see I'm pressing the brakes to slow down. Is there any way to fight this ticket, or am I just going to have to take a different way around this stupid camera? There's a question from Mo. We'll put that on the Mo list there.
I've asked Mo a similar question, and he said just pay it.
So no? Yeah,
but I definitely ask
luck.
Mo, just in case.
Yeah, it's tough. School zones are where they're going to get you. It's real hard to defend that kind of activity. All right, before we get into the final dispatches, what are the two of you doing? You got big plans this weekend? Anything anybody should know about?
I got a soccer game. I'm going to start getting the Bonnaroo stuff ready because we're leaving in 2 weeks. And that's about it. What about you?
Okay. I don't know. I can walk this weekend, so we're probably going to go out and about a lot more than we did last weekend. I could
saw
a little
you
bit.
run this week.
Yeah, this week I could. Yeah, because on Sunday and Monday, I got much better. But on Saturday and the beginning of Sunday, I wasn't able to move around quite as good. I'm feeling better about it now, though. So this weekend we'll do some fun stuff. What about you, C-Line? Big plans? Or are you just doing dad mode? What are you doing?
We got dad mode stuff. So the plan is to go head out to the beach for a friend's birthday.
That'll be nice.
But I don't know about this dust cloud.
The dust cloud.
Just dust it up, man.
I
mean,
don't know
isn't sand dust, but just smaller particles of it?
We don't deal with dust clouds that much. So it's like, I don't know what the protocol is. I don't know what you're supposed to do.
This is going to be Jackson's first time at the beach. So
really?
All he's going to know is dust cloud.
Damn. You got a little bathing suit for him and stuff? Is he going in?
He has plenty of bathing suits. Are you kidding?
Just 80 SPF, I imagine.
Yeah, you got to do that. All right, here we go. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do our final dispatches for now.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Right here at the finish line, let's see what you got for us with your final dispatches of the whole damn week. Here's Nathan. This just says, thank you so much.
Hey, yo, News Junkie.
Hey.
What's up, man? Happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
All that.
Listen, man, I just want to let y'all know that you make the week just a little bit more brighter. And I mean that. I'm grateful for you guys. And another great show today. And just wanted to send a little love and appreciation before the weekend.
Aww.
So So y'all have an amazing weekend. Thank you guys for everything you do. And wiggly wiggle, poppity pop.
Oh, good
Let's
vibes. I appreciate
Thanks,
that very much.
Nathan. Appreciate that. That's very nice. That's why we do all this anyhow.
What's the cat
for Nathan?
Just for Nathan. We're gonna save all the rest of these here. I'm only playing one, just like the song says. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut.
To.
I know. I'm not going to do it. Americans prefer dogs to cats as pets by a wide margin, according to new data coming in. That's right. Canines are the top dog when it comes to pet ownership. 45 million households have dogs compared to 32 million that have cats. Take that, cat households. A passenger violently attacked a flight attendant on a plane out of Connecticut. Things are going well in the air. Courts are playing pinball with Trump's tariffs. They unpaused those tariffs as of yesterday. And the two-word greeting that is taking over and driving shoppers nuts. When you enter the store, they don't say hello. They don't say how you doing. Welcome in is the new phrase.
How's that driving people nuts?
I hate it.
It said it's highly annoying to some people. Here we are, regardless. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Lack of confidence about the final song for today here, but here we go.
I believe
Today
in you.
Learned.
Welcome
for a
in.
Friday, May 30th, 2025. This show right here.
Simpsons.
The Simpsons
Jinx.
is correct. Stark Raving Dad, the Simpsons episode that guest starred Michael Jackson, was removed from most of the Simpsons distribution pipeline, including a reprint of the season 3 DVDs after the 2019 documentary Leaving Neverland was released. They said, we're going to bury that Simpsons episode.
What you do with my episode?
I don't like that one.
I'm like,
There's a planet called HD 189733b, a hellish exoplanet, 64.5 light years away. It has 5,400 mile per hour winds
what'd you do with my planet?
that blast molten glass sideways. Its deep blue color comes from hazy atmosphere full of silicate particles. It's not a good time.
Sounds like a good time.
And finally, today I learned, here's the song. This movie.
I know.
Moana. From the beginning, Moana. I don't.
Jesus, Sean.
I feel bad about it, but today I learned the woman who's actually singing this, she was 16 years old. Awali Carvalho was the last person out of hundreds to audition for the voice of Moana. She can do it, unlike that little girl on the plane who gave it a shot.
If we have a meeting after the show and we all get fired today, the last song you played on the show will be Moana.
Yeah, here it is. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back Monday, same time, same place. Missed any of this show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you.